Sports Medicine.
Plus, go to WOIK1350.com for a full breakdown of the teams and the players of the 2015 York Adams League. The high school football game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Catch the action every Friday night on Sports Radio 1350, online at WOIK1350.com, or download the WOIK mobile app.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Fans, it's time to go inside the clubhouse. For the latest on your York Revolution and tonight's matchup, it's the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. Now, here's Atlantic League Manager of the Year, Mark Mason.
Well, Mace, breakout games for the offense are always fun, and your team has certainly been very successful in a lot of close games in this half. And how much fun is it to have a game like yesterday where you can pile up a big inning and just kind of cruise from there?
That makes my life easier, I'll tell you that. No, I mean, it was fun to watch you guys. We've been swinging the bats well, and we scored 9 runs down there the night before, I think. So we were swinging the bats well. We got some home runs. We had some clutch hits yesterday. We had some hits back-to-back, consecutive hits too, which is always fun to watch. But the guys are really relaxed, and I think that showed yesterday. We're having fun, and we know the season is coming to an end one way or another, the regular season especially. So right now everybody's enjoying each other's time, and we're having some fun, and they're playing that way.
I know you had to lift Nash. Is he okay?
Yeah, Telvin's okay. He's been bothered a little bit with his knee from a slide he had here a few weeks ago, where he kind of jammed it into the base. Then he's done some pretty nice stretches over there at first base on occasion too. And then yesterday, he had to run the bases because he wasn't hitting homers. So he had to run the bases pretty hard yesterday. And it just every once in a while it flares up on him. And when we had the lead, I was asking him how he was doing. I could tell he was in some pain. So just precautionary, we got him out of there yesterday.
Well, you had the whole package to go along with the offense. Scarpetta wins another one. What were your thoughts on his performance, working with a big lead? And, I know maybe the walk total a little higher than you'd like, but he also had some stretches where he was pumping nothing but strikes, too.
Yeah, we were working basically with one fastball after another, trying to let him get a rhythm with that pitch. And, he went through a stretch here. I don't know how many guys he struck out in a row, but they were swinging, and, they weren't even foul tipping it. So he really didn't have to use anything else yesterday. And, we were talking, once we had the lead, just locate your fastball. He has a good fastball. He was throwing it by the guys. And it was able to get him in a good rhythm because he wasn't trying to throw off speed and then fastball and vice versa. So once he found his rhythm with his fastball, pitch count was probably a little bit higher than I would normally let him go. But like I said before, he's a strong guy, and to get through 6 innings for us, that was a big deal, and especially a bases loaded situation near the end of that pitch count, which, you get a couple hits there, a double, a single, maybe a home run. All of a sudden, 10-0 or 11-0 is 10-6. And they're still, 3 full innings behind the one they're in. So it makes it, now all of a sudden you start thinking about using bullpen and doing different things. So getting out of the bases loaded inning was huge with just the 1 run. And then that allowed Bo and everybody to go in there and do what they needed to do.
When you have a big lead, do you want your starter to go out there and do anything differently? Do you generally like them to stay with the same plan that they would have had? How do you kind of handle that one?
Well, my recommendation is to basically put in your back pocket the off-speed pitch that you cannot command, because we really don't want to get into 2-2 and then try to throw something we're not commanding, and then 3-2 and then ball 4. So we're trying to eliminate that. So we're trying to get ahead with the fastball. And once we're ahead, 0-2, 1-2, if you want to flip that secondary pitch in there, that's fine. But once we get to 2-2, right back with the fastball, trying to minimize pitch count. Believe me, when teams are getting beat 10-11, nothing, unfortunately, we've been there, everybody's been there. the hitters are swinging early in the count because they want to go home. I mean, that's just the bottom line. They don't want to sit there and it's 11-0 in the 7th inning. I mean, they're swinging. So take advantage of their aggressiveness and use your fastball and throw strikes.
Well, tonight, do you have all your horses in the bullpen, thanks in large part to Cody's effort yesterday?
Yeah, actually we do. I mean, even Mikey DeMarc, he threw today. I think he would be okay for the game if I needed him to. His neck is feeling a lot better. But basically everybody was able to get some rest. So even the guys that pitched in the game yesterday, if I used Penny and Bo today, it would only be back-to-back days. It wouldn't be a third day, so they're available. And then Matt Neal pitched the 9th inning for us. That was his bullpen day yesterday. So he decided he would throw it in the 9th inning, and he did a great job. So even with Matt out there, that was basically 7 innings out of our starters yesterday and 2 out of our pen. So for tonight anyway, we should be in good shape.
Is it nice to not be boarding the plane to Texas for the final week of the season and to actually be settled in at home for a week for a change?
Yeah, it really is. 3 years in a row we made that trip to close out the season, and then last year we were there for about 11 days because of the playoffs. So, yeah, it's nice. And I didn't realize that this was only our second time since 2011. Well, our first time since 2011 that we got to end the season at home. But I guess now that I think about it, 12, 13, and 14 we're all in Texas, so maybe I'm not that bright after all. But yeah, so it's good to be home and be able to end the season here.
All right, Mace, thanks a lot. Good luck tonight.
Yep, thank you.
All right, Revs manager Mark Mason on the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. Starting lineups for tonight's game brought to you by Flying Feet. For the Ducks, who have the top-ranked offense in the league, Phelan Lentini in right field will lead things off. Dan Lyons, the shortstop, is hitting second. Batting third in center field is Lou Ford, who's back from Mexico. Randy Ruiz will DH and hit cleanup. Sean Burrows, who they acquired via trade from Bridgeport at first base, is hitting fifth. Mike Blank will do the catching for them and bat sixth. Cody Puckett at third base will hit seventh. Batting eighth at second base is Elmer Reyes, and Anthony Vega in left field hits ninth. Again, it's Lentini, Lyons, Ford, Ruiz, Burrows, Blank, Puckett, Reyes, and Vega for the Ducks tonight. That's the lineup that Logan Williamson will go up against. For the Revs this evening, they will go with Eric Patterson leading it off. He's in right field. Wilson Valdez at shortstop will bat second in the order. Andres Perez, the second baseman, hits third. Cleanup man DHing tonight is Brandon Boggs. Brian Pounds at third base bats fifth. Hitting sixth is the first baseman Talvin Nash, who is back in the lineup again tonight, being lifted due to a precaution yesterday, but he's fine. Luis De La Cruz will catch and hit seventh. He had a big series in Southern Maryland. Nick Ferdinand in left field is batting eighth, and hitting ninth in center field is James Simmons. Again, Patterson, Valdez, Perez, Boggs, Pounds, Nash, De La Cruz, Ferdinand, and Simmons for the Revs, facing Bobby Blevins. And those lineups tonight, once again, brought to you by Flying Feet. Revs take the field here tonight to start off the final week of the regular season here at home. First of the week-long homestand to close it out. It's the Revs and the Ducks. Game number 133 of the 2015 season. And we'll have it for you coming up next.
You're running cross-country. No one understands how they keep score. Your friends and family don't understand why you do it, but you understand how it makes you feel. So does Flying Feet. Flying Feet. Flying Feet Sports Shoes has been supplying running shoes and apparel to Central PA's best since 1975. Their staff is made up of runners and coaches who understand your pleasures and your pains. If it's running or cross-country related, Flying Feet knows about it. And with the area's best selection of running shoes, running spikes, and running apparel, there's no good reason to shop anywhere else. Worried about prices? Didn't you hear? Flying Feet is a specialty athletic store without specialty store prices. Come see their selection of the best running shoes and spikes for men, women, and children. No matter what your size, your width, or your ability level, Flying Feet has a full line of running apparel and accessories. So run, don't walk, and talk running with a staff who knows.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes, 1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
Revolution! Sure, you're counting down to kickoff, but there's plenty of baseball left this summer. The York Revolution have a huge final homestand planned, and it's easy for you to be there with the September 6-pack. 6 tickets for any remaining game at Santander Stadium this season, 2 parking passes, and a free $10 food card for ballpark treats. A savings of 25% over box office prices, plus $10 in free food. So head to YorkRevolution.com to purchase your September 6-pack. As Yogi Berra would say, baseball season ain't over till it's over.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
That is Candace Robinson with our national anthem here tonight. As the Revs get set to host the Ducks, first of 3 here in this series against Long Island, who has not paid us a visit since very early this season. They were here late May, first couple of days of June, and have not been here since. The Revs made a visit there early in the second half. That's the last time that these two teams have met. And Logan Williamson grabs the game ball and gets the mound the way he likes it. Comes in tonight at 7-12, looking to snap a 3-decision losing streak. And even though the last few outings have not gone quite the way he'd won, he's still in the top 10 in the league in ERA at 4.11. Tonight is 26th appearance, 25th start. 140 innings, 149 hits, opponents hitting .273, 61 walks, 75 strikeouts. And I do think that later in the season, it's probably pretty typical for what a lot of pitchers go through in this league. The outs are a little bit tougher to come by. In an 8-team league, everybody sees each other so often. Although, with the schedule unbalanced this year, he may have seen Lancaster or Southern Maryland a ton, for instance, but with Long Island, they haven't seen each other a whole lot. So a little bit interesting dynamic at play here tonight. Williamson faced the Ducks in his first start of the year, 5 innings, 1 run. And then took a loss at Long Island July 23rd, 5 innings, 4 runs. So he's 0-2 against them this season, hasn't faced them in the better part of 2 months. The teams have not squared off against one another in the better part of 2 months. His last start was at Somerset on Wednesday, 5 1/3, 3 runs. It was scoreless through his first 5 innings, stranding 10 runners in the first 5. That then allowed 3 runs in a 6-run 6th before being lifted. And the big thing that hurt him Wednesday night, 6 walks. So looking to rebound tonight, and we're set to go as Lentini leads it off. The Dasher Investment Services first pitch is over on the outside corner, a called strike. And we are underway, a 6:40 first pitch. 78 degrees at game time. The next one is off the plate away. And a 1-1 count. Completely clear skies. The shadows already encompassing the whole infield as Williamson misses outside. 2 balls and a strike. There's some sunlight in center field and the surrounding areas, but as the days get shorter, that's it. The 2-1 and a ground ball, third base. Pound steps up. He gloves it, settles, makes the throw. And Williamson begins his night with a ground out. Pounds takes care of it at third. Well, there's one away. Revs are a season-high 10 games over 500. 36 and 26. They've won back-to-back. 8 of 11 plus the suspended game victory. Here's Dan Lyons. And Williamson the pitch. It is down low. Lyons hitting at 300 on the nose. 11 home runs, 72 driven in. He's had a breakout offensive season. And he takes low, 2-0. You always kind of looked at him as a good glove guy and good role player offensively. As he swings here, taps one softly, hugging the line at third, and just skip foul. Kevin Baez is going to contest this one already. Dave Shirk, the third base signaling foul. And it rolled along the line. Pounds charged just in case. It hit the edge of the grass and started to turn. And Pounds got the end of his glove on it, and then it trickled underneath him. So had it been fair, Lyons would have been safe with no play, but they said that it just crossed the chalk before Pounds touched it and ruled it foul. And 2 balls and 1 strike on Lyons, who this year is 4th in the league in hitting, as we were saying. He swings here and loops one foul toward the Revs bullpen. And it'll land in the bullpen, 2-2. .72 RBIs has him ranked 3rd in the league. And you know who the league leader is. That's Dre with 80. Lyons is less than 10 off the league lead. 2-2. Just missed low. Plate ump tonight is Jim Clayton. Joe Del Balso, the other umpire, he's at first base. Now Williamson winds, delivers, and it's down and in, and Lyons works out the walk. I'm sure a focus for him tonight will be to not walk as many, and he's facing a Ducks team that leads the league in runs scored and batting at 283. And the next closest teams in batting are York and Southern Maryland at 264, almost 20 points behind. Here's Lou Ford, 1 on, 1 out. Williamson the pitch, and it's over for a strike. Ford just returning this weekend from Mexico. He is a player coach with the Ducks. I went to Mexico for a little over a month. The 0-1, and he lines a foul off the facing of the first base side upper deck. It may have even snuck through the railing just above the fascia board and stayed up there. 0-2. Ford hitting at 369. He no longer has enough at bats to qualify, but if he did, he would be leading the league in batting. The 0-2, swing and a miss. Williamson gets him with a high fastball, and 2 down here in the first. Ford had been leading the league in RBIs by a pretty good chunk when he left. Well, here's Randy Ruiz, who's also listed as a player coach. A large designated hitter as Williamson throws over. Batting at 346. 9 home runs, 41 driven in. Listed at 6'3", 250. And he takes inside for ball 1. Big right-hand power threat in the middle. 1-0. And it's on the outer edge, a called strike. Remember the series we had at their place in mid-July? It seemed like everything he touched, it just took off like a rocket. On the 1-1, and a cutter curls in. just missed the corner. 2 balls and a strike. The Ducks tonight are in their alternate orange jerseys. Revs are in all white here at home. Now the 2-1. And a swing and a foul up over the roof on the first base side. Ruiz in 57 games has 41 ribbies. He's played roughly about a half. Pretty impressive numbers, especially given the number of games. 2-2. And he went around, tied up with a fastball in. He tried to stop himself, but he crossed, and Williamson strikes out the 3 and 4 hitters to work a scoreless first. No runs, no hits, 1 man left. At the end of a half inning, it's the Ducks nothing, the Revs coming up.
It's time again for York Mitsubishi's fall sales event featuring 0% financing for 72 months and a $500 rebate on all 2015 Outlander Sports and Lancers. Or try the 2015 Mirage DE, the best price car in America today that gets up to 44 miles per gallon for only $11,995. And finally, the all-new 2016 Outlander 4-wheel drive with standard 7-passenger seating. All Outlanders, Outlander Sports, Lancers, and Mirages get our famous 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Stop by York Mitsubishi and see what we can do for you. Excludes Evo, Rallyart, and iMeave.
Hi, this is Tom Dasher, President of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in retirement planning and strategies to meet individual personal goals. Whether you are looking for wealth accumulation or to maximize your retirement income. Oh, heck, this is sounding just like another commercial. Hey, listen, it's this simple. We use risk-free investment vehicles, whether you are looking to still build wealth accumulation or you want retirement income or a combination of both. It is all about getting your money parked in the place that will benefit you the most. If you want to do that, call me. My office number is 246-3879 or my mobile is 487-2096 or contact me at my new website at tomdasher.com.
An invasive pest that's already killed millions of ash trees is bearing down on our communities. The emerald ash borer, or EAB, means certain death for every ash tree it infects. The good news is that you can protect your property's ash trees with help from Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Our EAB prevention methods are effective, environmentally safe, and less costly than removing your dead tree, which is the only alternative to prevention. Learn more at heritagelawnandlandscape.com.
All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Revs coming to bat. Probably a good thing that a ball wasn't being thrown first baseman Sean Burrow's way when the cannon went off. He just about jumped out of his pants. No score as Bobby Blevins is ready to go. 4-4 coming in. ERA is 4.02. 13 outings, 12 starts. 78 and a third innings, 85 hits. Opponent's hitting 272, but he's walked just 7 in 78 plus innings, 58 strikeouts, and he has not walked a single batter in his last 4 starts. Now Eric Patterson ready to go. He will be the first one to face Blevins tonight, who the Revs beat 5-1 at Long Island in July. First pitch from the righty is in for a strike. Blevins had a few years back been a late season pickup for the Ducks, getting ready for a championship run. 0-1 and a miss down low. And it is about that time of year that teams are adding players late. And the Ducks, a couple of new ones here recently. The 1-1. And a line drive, base hit, left center, over the leaping Lions. It's short, and it splits the alley and rolls to the gap. And Patterson is in with a stand-up double on a low liner that barely got over short, but he hit it so hard it made it the whole way to the track in left center, rolling through the grass. A leadoff double to start the night. He scorched it the other way. So he's at second. 3 pitches in against Blevins. And Wilson Valdez to follow. Corners are already way in. And a pick play on, and it's in the dirt, and Patterson stopped. He'll break for third, and he's going to be thrown out. It goes 1-6-5 on the pick play, and he's erased just like that. They had it timed perfectly. The shortstop Lyons cut behind him. He didn't realize it till it was too late. He was late getting back, and he realized the throw was going to beat him, so he tried to stop and head to third. But even though it was in the dirt, Lyons able to knock it down and had time to pick it up, and the throw to third beat him. A bizarre play, and it erases the leadoff double. And Blevins back to his windup and paints the outside corner a strike on Valdez. On the wind, the 0-1, and that's off the plate away. Patterson's double was his 43rd extra base hit of the year. He's 5th in the league in that department. On the 1-1, and that missed outside. And I'm pretty sure they'll go pick off and not caught stealing. And Patterson, that's such a rare mistake. He's only been caught stealing once all year. The 2-1. And it's in at the knees, according to Jim Clayton. Valdez standing there shaking his head. He thought low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Patterson, 21 steals, only caught once. On the wind, the 2-2. And he lines it the other way. Foul. Down against the tarp in the right field bullpen. Valdez hitting at 263. Now he asks for time, disrupting Blevins' rhythm. 2-2. And a ground ball up the middle. It'll roll through into center. Base hit for Valdez. Now, unfortunately, it would have been at least first and third. But can't erase the caught stealing. All they can do is get right back at it offensively, and Valdez does with the single up the middle. Now the Revs, who had 13 hits yesterday, are 2 for their first 2 tonight. By the way, Patterson, we mentioned caught only 1 time all year this season. Last year he had 26 steals and was caught only twice all of last year. I mean, his percentage is through the roof and always among league leaders. Here's Andres Perez, who takes a cutter for a strike. Dre hitting at 281. Coming in, 15 home runs, 80 knocked in. Leads the league in RBIs by 6 over Chris Wallace of Sugarland. Valdez with his lead. Won't go here, and Perez rips a base hit to left. They are 3 for their first 3 tonight, as he lines a single into left field. And it's first and second with 1 out. Now the Revs with 3 hits from their first 3 hitters. Perez had been 0 for 11 to begin the series at Southern Maryland, but a couple of hits in the middle innings yesterday. He's now 3 for his last 4 at the plate. After that mini spell, here's Brandon Boggs, who takes a little high. Can't remember the last time Perez was held hitless in back-to-back games, but picked up 2 hits yesterday to put a quick end to that, and then a quick one tonight. On the stretch from Blevins, 1-0, and that's way in. Boggs DHing, he's hitting at .267, 12 home runs, 46 driven in. Had an RBI hit in yesterday's game and scored twice. 2-0, and he drives one to left field, but right at Anthony Vega, who was playing shallow. He went back a step and made the catch. Had to reach up a little bit. He almost lifted to his tiptoes, and a little more air on that one for Boggs. It would have been right over his head. That lines out. An unfortunate break for Boggs to hit it right at him, but each of the first 4 hitters have hit it on the nose. Now here's Brian Pounds with 2 on and 2 out. First pitch, a fastball strike over the outside corner. Pounds .275, 13 homers, 63 driven in. Pitch, nope, Blevins fooled me, lifted his leg and looked Valdez back at second. Pounds also an RBI hit yesterday. There's the stretch, the 0-1, and he swings, fouls one off, first base side. No score here in the bottom of the first inning, despite 3 hits for York and 4 hard hit balls. Here beginning this final homestand, you see a lot of jackets in the dugout, a little bit cooler in the evening. Time asked for at the plate. And Blevins into his stretch. The 0-2. Slider broke way away, and Pounds recognized it early. 1-2. Mentioned Blevins' his last 4 starts, no walks. That's in 31 2/3 innings. 18 strikeouts, no walks. To the stretch, checks, delivers, and a swing and a fly ball foul toward the picnic area in right. In those 4 starts, he's gone 8 innings or more in 3 of the 4. Now, long look. He's got his sign from Mike Blank. Another 1-2 to Pounds, and a breaking ball driven to center field. Ford started in, it carries and sends him back deep, but he runs it down, almost running sideways as he glided back under it in deep straightaway center. His first step was toward left center, and then had to angle it backward, but made the running grab. 5 hard hit balls in the inning, and they cannot score. 3 hits, they strand 2. We go to the second. They are hitting it hard, but nothing after an inning.
Broadway transmission? I don't know how they do it.
We've been in business for 60 years at the same location.
I don't know how they do it.
It's our long-term nationwide warranties.
Oh, and don't forget our online appointment scheduling.
I still don't know how they do it.
They toted my van at no cost with my repair.
It's our ATRA certified technicians. Don't forget the good-looking genius in the office.
Come on, man.
I know they help me with financing. Still, with my bad credit, I don't know how they do it.
I did my research and felt comfortable that Broadway is a AAA approved specialty repair shop. I showed my AAA card and saved some hard-earned cash.
I was happy to get a $100 rebate in the mail after the job was done.
I sure don't know how they do it, but I do know they get it done, and they get it done right.
Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and back on the road fast. Check us out on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
WellSpan has helped many professional, student, and recreational athletes stay at the top of their game. And they can do the same for you. Our winning team offers everything from concussion management and sports nutrition to physical therapy and more. For more information, call 877-482-5420 or visit wellspan.org/sportsmedicine.
For local sports on your smartphone, search WOIK at the App Store.
No score, we go to the second. That is despite an impressive display of line drives all over the field from the first 5 York hitters. The last 2 were caught. Sean Burrows will lead off the second inning, batting at .389, and he has just recently, within the last couple of days, garnered enough at-bats or plate appearances to qualify for the league lead, which he's got, and he swings first pitch and fouls it away to the top of the stands in left. Actually, combined with Bridgeport, it's a .348 average for him, which leads the league by 11 points over his former teammate Wellington Dotel. The 0-1 slaps it on the ground and through the left side of the infield, a base hit. It hit the edge of the outfield grass and ricocheted up, but had already split the infielders and was headed to left anyway. Now with Long Island coming in tonight, he's batted .389, and he is fit right into that lineup. Now the Ducks with their first hit, it'll bring up Mike Blank, their catcher, who's hitting .283. 9 homers. And the first offering, that's high and away. Blank, a right-hand hitting catcher. Stretch from Williamson. And the 1-0. Oh, line drive caught! Unbelievable! He throws to first for the double play! Oh, man! And Williamson had to see his life flash before his eyes. There was no reaction time, and he somehow, getting his noggin out of the way, made the catch and throws to first to double him off. That was so scary when it left the bat. Vicious. And he somehow, in one motion, here's Cody Puckett who takes a strike. He was ducking to the side, and it was almost that duck that kind of naturally brought his glove up, and the ball found it right in the pocket. Here's a fly ball to right, fairly deep, but Patterson's got plenty of room, and he'll squeeze it. That was scary for Williamson, but he turns it into a 1-2-3 second inning. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the second, still 0-0.
Maple Donuts knows that there comes a point in every kid's summer when the feeling of unfettered freedom begins to fold up faster than a picnic blanket at the first drop of an unexpected summer storm. Charlie and his Maple Donuts team understand that all too soon, lazy mornings on the sofa, splashing in the pool, and weeknight sleepovers will be replaced by bus stops, backpacks, and morning announcements. But Maple Donuts says there's a bright side to the first day of school, kids. Because when you stumble into the kitchen that first morning, chances are you'll be greeted by Mom, enjoying her cup of Maple Donuts' famous coffee and sitting next to a back-to-school tradition, a box of Maple Donuts. And somewhere buried in that box, hand-picked by Mom from Maple Donuts' 58 varieties, you may find that, yes, summer is over, but another school year may not be so bad after all. So for every kid coming to grips with going back to school, we say thanks, Mom. And thank you, Maple Donuts.
Maple Donuts taste right.
Joel's Painting and Contracting is a proud sponsor of the York Revolution. They are also a partner in the maintenance of Santander Stadium. Joel's Painting and Contracting is the highest rated painting company in York and Lancaster County. Now is the time to call for great deals on all of your interior and exterior projects. A community partner with thousands of happy clients. Hit a home run of Joel's Painting and schedule an appointment today or give them a call at 717-471-4273. That's 717-471-4273 for Joel's Painting and Contracting.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Still scoreless. We head to the bottom of the second. Talvin Nash will lead things off. A nasty line drive Williamson somehow caught. And Bobby Blevins' first pitch of the inning is swung on and hit high in the air and right. Phelan Lentini backs up, still backing up, but he's got room. And in deep right field makes the catch. I think Nash just missed it given the height. That thing carried just short of the track in right. He claps his hands together as he stomps back to the dugout. I think he knows he came close. So, including that, that's really the first 6 hitters who've put a good swing on it, but so far nothing to show for it. No score as Luis De La Cruz digs in. And Blevins delivers. De La Cruz fakes a bunt, takes a strike. He opened the scoring yesterday in Southern Maryland, a 3-run homer. His 5th of the year. The 0-1, and a swing and a foul back upstairs. In that series in Southern Maryland, officially this weekend, he went 5 for 9, drove in a total of 4, but he also had a multi-hit game in that suspended game that counts to August. Oh, look out, a liner foul into the stands just right of the screen. And that came back. That was wicked into the first few rows. Good night. It was right over near Ferdinand, who's on deck. Another 0-2. And a swing and a foul tip. Bounce behind the plate. It's like everybody's good in that section near the Revs dugout, but that was a little nasty too. Pitch from Blevins and a foul back against the netting. I'd like to say hi to Trey Himes, who's listening tonight. Trey, one of our younger fans, he's tuned in. Good to have you on board, Trey. Blevins deals again. And a curveball, scraped foul behind the plate. De La Cruz with 4 2-strike fouls. It's still an 0-2 count. Pitch. And it's off the plate outside. De La Cruz up to 281 hitting now. He's batted .346 his last 20. Pitch to him and a curveball in the dirt. So after 6 straight strikes, including 4 straight 2-strike fouls, Blevins has now thrown 2 balls. The count evened up. Wind and the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him down and in. Like maybe a sinker. And 2 down here in the bottom of the second. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Revolution Radio.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
At 2 away, here's Nick Ferdinand. And Blevins the pitch to him. That's up high. Ferdinand, a homer on Friday night at Southern Maryland. Had a 2-run single last night. He's started to pick it up. 1-0, and that missed high. And he's got 10 home runs returning home. Talvin Nash, if he hits one more, he'll be the 6th Revs player to double figures this season, which would tie a team record. The 2-0 and a foul back against the netting. Speaking of which, on our Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care home run contest tonight, contestant is Andrew Paxton. Andrew, good luck. If a Revs player goes yard, you win. The 2-1 and a swing and a fly ball toward the line in right. Lentini, Burrows, they're both out of room. Lands up near the front of the picnic area. Burrows getting up close and personal with a few of the Revs relievers. He ran up against Luis Perdomo, his former Bluefish teammate, on the approach down there. The wind and the pitch. And a rip on the ground at second on one hop, though, right to Reyes. He gloves it, he double pumped. Maybe waiting for Burrows, and it made it close, but he throws him out. 1-2-3 inning. And now you can safely say that 7 of the first 8 Revs hitters have stung it, but still scoreless as we go to the third.
Providing quality services efficiently and in a timely manner to its clients is the mission of the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins. GSLSC is equipped to handle any real estate transactions, leases, residential and commercial real estate settlements, zoning issues, and all matters involving municipalities. They are also experienced in the formation and operation of family real estate ventures that are tax sensitive to the needs of the investors. Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins is an approved title insurance agency and can provide you with title insurance and legal representation at one low cost when buying a home or investment property. Don't risk any real estate settlement without an experienced real estate attorney from the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins at your side. Phone 717-757-7602. They've been handling residential and commercial real estate matters in South Central Pennsylvania for more than 50 years. With mortgage interest rates at an all-time low, now is the time to buy or refinance. Phone 717-757-7602 today or visit their website, gslsc.com.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
He's a great, great man. Was Muhammad Ali a thug? He was colorful, controversial. But this is a guy who did something before anybody else did it. And we were okay with it. A lot of us were okay because of how Ali looked. Handsome, well-spoken, with poetry. There was charisma to it. Richard Sherman just came out of a game and started yelling right in our face.
Dan Patrick.
On Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. York Sports on your mobile device or online at WOYK1350.com.
Top of the third, no score. Good evening, Paul.
What's up, Daryl?
What are you eating tonight?
Skittles.
It'll be Elmer Reyes leading off for Long Island. Paul Braverman joins us.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
First pitch is in at the knees for a strike. That's great. Reyes hitting .326 since joining the Ducks. The 0-1. And he drives one in the air, left center. Ferdinand and Simmons both after it deep, and it's gone. It carries out. I'm not sure if it hit the top of the fence on the fly or if it bounced on the other side, but it just got over in left center, his 5th with Long Island, and the Ducks strike first tonight, 1-0 here in the third.
Whatever.
It's their 87th home run as a team this season. And Reyes, with his 5th, is hit those 5 and 13 games played. Here's Anthony Vega, who takes a little high. He's our K-man tonight. Lefty against lefty with Vega in there. Williamson delivers. And a called strike, inside corner.
Well, Ducks are playoff bound, and it's impressive. I mean, they've battled through a lot of injuries this year. A lot of guys in the inactive list.
A lot. The pitch, and a swing and a bouncer back to Williamson on one hop. He's got it. Throws over to first for the out, and there's one away.
Now, for those of you watching on York Revs TV, you think Logan Williamson has gotten all of his PFPs in for the day?
Yeah.
I mean, between the bouncing comebackers, which you always hold your breath with a pitcher on the mound. Not him specifically, but just in general. And, man, some self-preservation on that liner back up the middle. I heard your call, and I was not listening to the radio at the time. I heard you through the window over here, and with good reason. That was a scary one.
That was really scary. Here's Phelan Lentini, who takes a strike. Well, Judy took one at Southern Maryland the other night, and I thought that he had got some glove on it as Williamson misses inside. He showed me the bruise today, though. He said there was no glove. It got him right on the thigh, and then he trapped it against his body to make the catch, quote unquote. But, I mean, it's every shade of purple. Here's a ground ball to short, right to Valdez, and he'll snap it across to first, 2 down.
Yeah. When I went down to the clubhouse this afternoon, I saw Judy, but only from the torso up, because he was in the tub. And now I know why. It makes sense. He was in the cold tub.
Every shade of black and purple that you can imagine. And it's bigger than the baseball. He'll have a mark to show for that. My best one, as Dan Lyons digs in, was in a spring training game at Somerset, as Lyons swings and foul tips one into the glove. And I was sitting nowhere near the bullpen, but you didn't have to be sometimes for a Dan Foley fastball to get away, and it hit me right in the hip, unsuspecting. Here's a pitch down in the dirt. So for about a month, it changed colors every day.
Well, you know, we've seen serious injuries to pitchers on those comebackers, and, you know, until they make some type of protective headgear mandatory, you know, I feel like it's only a matter of time where you're going to see a life-altering injury.
There's the line drive in left. Ferdinand over into left center, and he's got it. Makes the grab, so Williamson retires the next 3 after the homer. But Reyes goes deep to open the scoring. We go to the bottom half of the third. Ducks on top, 1-0.
Whether it's for sport, protection, or recreation, Spar Firearms is the best place to go for all of your firearm needs. With a large selection of new and used firearms, Spar carries an array of brands, as well as ammo and other accessories. Whether you're an avid collector, sharpshooting expert, hunter, or weekend enthusiast, Spar Firearms provides everything you need no matter your experience. For the best in convenience, selection, and customer service, visit Spar Firearms, 6108 Carlisle Pike in Mechanicsburg, and online at sparfirearms.com.
Turn this on.
The Rich Eisen Show.
He is unbelievable.
Rich Eisen.
Let's go to the phone lines. They are lit. Catherine in South Carolina, can I help you?
Yes, I am having emotional distress. I'm going to sue the Jones family.
Don't.
This is crazy. It's the most stupid, idiotic thing. The Jones are screwing this up. And I am sick. I've left work. I'm nauseous. He's strung us out on DeMarco.
Well, what about the idea that anybody could run behind that offensive line? Catherine, you don't buy that one?
DeMarco is family. He and Tony and Jason do everything together. He's family. I just started to be a Cowboys fan again, and happiness has just plunged to despair. What the Jones has done to my emotional state, they should be sued.
Don't go litigious on me here, okay?
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. First in York, first in sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
One 0 Long Island leads it. Revs back to the plate here in the bottom of the third. James Simmons will lead things off. Darrell Henry along with Paul Braverman before Paul takes over and I go eat some chicken.
Yeah.
First pitch to Simmons is over for a strike. I had that for lunch today, and I probably would not have had I known that that'd be the dinner, but it does look good.
Hey, man, you're getting your protein. You're not going to be protein deficient when September 14th comes to a close.
The wind, the 0-1, and a miss down and away.
You know, talking about that comebacker to Logan Williamson, and to finish my point from the previous inning, until Major League Baseball, and then it'll trickle down to the minor leagues, mandates some type of mandatory protective headgear.
Just swing and a miss.
I mean, I feel like it's only a matter of time before there's a life-altering injury, an injury a guy can't come back from, or a fatality. I mean, you know, you hate to be so blunt about it, but there's just these near misses, and luckily the few guys that have been hit straight on have come back from it. You know, Brandon McCarthy, Wade Corpy at Notre Dame took one from an aluminum bat on a comebacker, former Revs pitchers with the Blue Crabs the last few seasons.
Simmons fouling one off, still 1-2. Patterson and Valdez to follow. The pitch from Blevins, and it hooks way outside, 2-2.
You know, most people have probably seen Alex Torres, the Mets reliever, who wears the big protective bubble over his cap. And, you know, it gets made fun of by other players, and some of the broadcasters have made fun of him. And, you know, they ask him about it, and he says, I don't care, because I know I'm safe out there, or at least safer than the other guys.
The tapper foul behind the plate.
And, you know, he says, it helps me pitch better, because I know I'm protected, and it, you know, eliminates that fear, or at least a lot of it, and helps me pitch better. And I'm paraphrasing him, but, you know, it's true. You've got to get over the vanity of it and get over the looks part of it, and, you know, hopefully something like that will be implemented.
This one lining and falling, but Ford will come in shallow center and make the play. That pitch was down and in. Simmons hit it up the middle of the field, didn't get a lot of extension, but a tumbling line drive. Ford runs it down for the first out.
And if baseball players are so concerned about looks, I mean, there's got to be something they can do to line the inside of the cap with some kind of Kevlar type thing. And, you know, if everybody doesn't want to wear the big, puffy kind of thing that Alex Torres of the Mets wears. But, man, I'm just glad Williamson, to finish the thought, I'm just glad Williamson came out of that okay.
Yeah.
Having the out and the double play out of it was just gravy. I'm just glad it didn't catch him a few inches to the left, or, you know, he would have had a serious facial injury.
Oof. Patterson taking a strike, and now another one. 0-2 quickly. Patterson doubled to lead off the first inning, but very rarely do you see him get caught on the bases. He was picked off as Blevins misses down and in. Did they go pick off or caught stealing on that?
Picked off, as
so.
He was not in motion when the pitcher was in the windup.
So still one caught stealing all year. 21 steals. There's the 1-2, and he grounds a foul over against the York dugout. In the last 2 years, just 3 caught stealings against 47 steals. I don't know that there's a better percentage in the league. I would doubt it.
Eric Patterson's entire season last year was just one big endless string of running the bases between the 17 triples and the stolen bases.
The ball upstairs and a 2-2 count.
I mean, some perspective on how ridiculous it is to hit 17 triples in a 140-game season.
There's a ball way high, 3-2.
The last time I checked, the major league leader in triples was Kevin Kiermaier of the Tampa Bay Rays, who had 14. And, you know, that's nearing the end of a 162-game season. So, I mean, 17 and 140. I mean, that's just ridiculous when the guy that's leading the big leagues in that category isn't going to hit that mark in 22 fewer games.
He fights this one off in against the thumbs. Stays alive at 3-2. He had a ton of them at Long Island. He loved to hit in that park last season.
Well, that's a spacious one, so you find the gap there, and what could be a double in many other parks could be a triple on just a gap base hit.
Lines this one foul down the third base side. Yeah, he piled them up in the middle months of the season last year. It was just eye-popping, the rate at which he added to that total. Blevins a long look in and time asked for. 1-0. Long Island leads it. Bottom of the third. Another 3-2. And a swing and a pop fly toward the line in right. Lentini hustling over and it'll land foul before he can get there. The Ducks with a magic number of 2 to clinch a playoff berth. They could do it tonight. If Somerset wins and Bridgeport loses, that would officially eliminate Bridgeport from division contention, and thus Long Island would still have a chance to win the second half division, but they would at least be in as a wild card if nothing else. The only other team then that could win the Liberty division second half would be Somerset.
So when the Revolution swept that 4-game series against Bridgeport where they came from behind in every game, that ended up sending them to what, a 10-game losing streak, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was the first 4 of a 10-game slide, yeah.
Now Patterson grounds one off the feet of Calderon, who didn't exactly time his leap the best, but a soft ground ball so he can laugh about it. He's coaching at first base. A full count it remains. The 11th pitch of the at-bat, and it's down low. He walks. He fouled off 5 with 2 strikes. And on the 11th, he walks, and it ends a walkless streak for Blevins, who had not walked a hitter in any of his previous 4 starts.
Yeah. That's funny with a ball going toward one of the base coaches. Not to belabor my point about pitcher safety, but, you know, it's a little interesting, funny, however you want to word it, that they make the base coaches, for safety reasons, go out there in helmets, and then the pitcher, who's right on line with the batter and half the distance closer to the plate than the base coach is unprotected. I mean, no small amount of irony there when you think about it.
There's Wilson Valdez, who looks at a strike. Singled up the middle his first time up. And Patterson on. He's on for the second time. Has his lead from first. Blevins deals. And a called strike, and Valdez upset again. He had one in the first inning that he thought was low, and this one he certainly felt the same, and stormed out of the batter's box and has a few things to say upon returning. Now leans in to hear what Jim Clayton said back to him. Down in the count, 0-2 after that borderline pitch. Blevins deals, and a curveball bounced to short. Lyons has it to second for one. A quick turn, got away from Burrows at first. He'll scamper over to pick it up, and Valdez legs it out. He and the ball arrived at about the same time, and I don't know if he ran into it or not, but it rolled slightly away from Burrows, and the inning stays alive.
Well, the Revolution gave away a run in the first. It's tough to get 3 base hits and not score in 1 inning. So now they're given an extra chance here in the third. So Perez smacks one here. All turns out even in the end, I suppose.
Watching the replay, that one just glanced off Burrows' glove, and Valdez was already safe when the ball had arrived. So he's on with 2 outs. Pitch to Dre is driven down the line and right, but it'll fade foul. Up onto the picnic landing.
For a guy who has really, since the last time he played for us in 2013, has really improved the way he gets his hands around and drives an inside pitch. His swing has gotten so much faster. Showing some opposite field power there, too. Power to all fields.
Single to left, his first at bat tonight. Pitch, it is down low, 1-1.
And that's the thing I've noticed is now this season winds down. The year we didn't have Andres Perez last season compared to when we last had him in 2013. And he had an MVP caliber year in 2013. And the reason he's been even better this year in his second go-around with the Revs is, I mean, his bat has gotten so much faster. I mean, it's obvious that he's improved on that. His hands just get through the zone so much faster now.
He tips this one foul at the plate, 1-2.
I mean, he was a monster in 2012 and 13 too, but, you know, give him credit. He's adjusted the way He approaches each at bat, and it's very tough to get better with age in this game, and I think he, at least temporarily, is doing that.
Blevins the stretch. And a move to first. Valdez will get back standing. He's tied for second in the league with 33 steals. Picked up his 33rd over the weekend at Southern Maryland. The Revs are within 2 of the Ducks for second in the league as a team. They have 130. He goes, and a swing and a flare off the glove of Burrows, leaping. It'll trickle behind first. Valdez goes to third, and it's first and third. And if Burrows didn't get a glove on that ball, Valdez may have had a chance to score. Running on the pitch, and Perez sprayed it toward first. Burrows got up and got the end of the glove on it, which kept it at the back of the infield. Had that ball gone down the line, Valdez probably comes around.
Yeah, he would have scored. Lentini was not exactly cheating the line with a righty up at the plate, so that would have rolled away, and Valdez, I think, definitely would have scored. Sean Burrows hops at first base. Let me see if I can make an Atlantic League comparison. Not exactly Tracy McGrady-like ups at first base. That would have been an easy out if McGrady was over there.
There's Brandon Boggs, who asks for time and backs out.
Well, you can argue that the Revolution have been given 2 extra outs here. Valdez, as you said, was probably safe anyway, so.
Oh, the first one in by Boggs' feet as he dances out of the way. Ball 1. A little uncomfortably close. He hit it hard his first time and lined out to left. Several hard hit balls tonight, but still looking for their first run. Pitch to him, and that's down low, 2-0. Patterson, who walked earlier in the inning, replaced by Perez, by Valdez on the fielder's choice. Perez the base hit. First and third for Boggs, the 2-0, and a curveball hooks in for a strike.
Boggs this year hitting .274 with 2 homers and 17 batted in with runners in scoring position and 2 out. So he's hitting 7 points higher with runners in scoring position and 2 out this year than his average on the year. So
another curveball. This one missed low, 3-1.
As you know, Daryl, there's no such thing as clutch, and if there is, it can't be proven. But let's just say that Boggs has been very good this year with runners in scoring position and 2 out. You know how I feel about the C word.
Now the 3-1, down and away, and Blevins issues his second walk of the inning. Over his previous 4 starts, no walks, and that was in 31 2/3 innings. And that'll load him for Brian Pounds. Paul, has Pounds been clutch this year?
Well, there's no such thing as clutch, but Pounds has actually struggled with runners in scoring position and 2 out. .241 with 1 homer, 1 of his 13, and 20 RBI. So he's driven in a few runs at 2 outs, but he has a good total of RBI, so.
Takes a little bit low on the first one.
20 of those are bound to be in there anyway, just from the normal ebb and flow of the season.
But his overall scoring position numbers have been good. The 2 outs.
Overall scoring position, .276, 3 homers and 50 RBI.
1-0, and a fastball strike, caught the outside corner.
The best part about the last week of the season is those situational stats. You really see the trends established over the course of a season, and nothing is a fluke but it still doesn't help you determine who's, quote, clutch or not. Coincidence. The real C word is not clutch, it's coincidence.
And he pops this one in the air, shallow center. Ford started back, and it drops in! And 2 runs will score! And the Revs take the lead, 2-1 in the bottom of the 3rd. Pounds with the 2-run blue pit has driven in 65 now. And Ford misjudged it. He was fooled off the bat.
Well, aside from clutch and coincidence, the third C word is crazy good luck, which is all one word as long as it's hyphenated in both spots. Hey, good things happen when you make contact, and when Pounds isn't getting walked, leading the league in walks, he's at least putting the bat on the ball, and found a little green there.
And neither of the middle infielders could get to it either. They're the Revs in front. Talvin Nash will dig in. 2-1 the score. And Blevins the pitch. And a swing and a bounce foul over by the Ducks dugout. No balls and a strike on Nash, who just missed one to the opposite field last inning. He flew out deep. He's got under it a little bit. He's hit safely in 10 of his last 11. There's the stretch. And the 0-1. That's up high, a fastball.
The way Oakland values on-base guys, Talvin Nash should have gotten picked up by the A's just based on Saturday night at Southern Maryland alone. Homer, walk, RBI single. That's a pretty good night at the Yard if you're looking for a guy who gets on base.
On-base percentage at about 400. The pitch to him is swing and a miss. Fastball up, but away from him.
It's one thing for Brian Pounds to, lead the league in walks and get on base. I mean, he is a guy that utilizes different parts of the field. There's aspects to his game. I mean, Talvin Nash, is up there to hit the ball out of the ballpark, but he still doesn't swing at bad pitches.
A swing and a miss here. Blevins sunk it down from him and will escape without further damage. But the Revs scored twice in the inning on 2 hits, no errors, 2 men left. They take a 2-1 lead. Paul will have the call as we head to the 4th.
Payne doesn't take Sunday off. Neither do we. We're open weekdays 8 to 8 and weekends 9 to 6. Just walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics, 2319 South George Street in York, across from the Apple Hill Health Campus. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today.
It's going to be another epic year in high school football, and Sports Radio 1350 is ready for kickoff. Tune in every Friday night this fall for the high school football game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Plus, go to WOIK1350.com for a full breakdown of the teams and the players of the 2015 York Adams League. The high school football game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Catch the action every Friday night on Sports Radio 1350, online at WOIK1350.com, or download the WOIK mobile app.
Did you know that Shipley Energy can take care of all your energy needs? From heating oil and propane to providing your home with electricity and natural gas. We also provide heating and air conditioning service and installation. All of your energy needs are under one roof at Shipley Energy. To learn more, visit ShipleyEnergy.com. Call 855-4-SHIPLEY and don't forget to ask about our $100 rebate. Shipley Energy. Energy for life.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK. First in York, first in sports.
We go to the top of the 4th inning. The Revolution taking a 2-1 lead on the Ducks with a 2-out, 2 RBI single. Blooped to center by Brian Pounds in the bottom of the 3rd. Revs out hitting the Ducks 5-2 tonight. As we go to the visitor half of the 4th, the former Twin and Oriole Lou Ford to lead it off for the Ducks in center field tonight, 0 for 1. Logan Williamson struck him out swinging back in the 1st. The lefty deals, first offering, swung on and hit fairly high into center by Ford, but shallow and ranging toward the right center field gap to put it away is Simmons. So Ford flies out, 1 pitch, 1 out for Logan Williamson in the top of the 4th. Nobody on for Randy Ruiz. The Big Ducks DH went down swinging to end the top of the 1st. And those 2 batters, Ford and Ruiz, accounting for both punch-outs tonight for Williamson. 2 strikeouts and just 1 walk for Logan tonight. All of that coming back in the 1st inning. Misses outside to the righty, who lifts the 1-0 offering down the line in the air, right field, and ranging over is Patterson. Next to the Revolution bullpen, he makes the catch. 3 pitches and 2 outs here for Williamson in the top half of the 4th. Can't get much more efficient than that. So since the Reyes homer in the 3rd, Williamson is now set down. The last 5 Ducks batters in order. Elmer Reyes with his 5th to lead off the 3rd. Ford and Ruiz, the 2 righties, fly out to right, center, and right. And now the lefty Sean Burrows steps in. Singled back in the 2nd and then was doubled off first on that scary comebacker by the catcher Mike Blank, which Williamson snared on the mound, and then doubled off Burrows. Called strike, and Williamson, working quickly, comes back with another called strike inside at the knees of Burrows, and the count is quickly 0-2. Sean Burrows here as the Ducks down to their final strike in the top of the 4th. The lefty Williamson fires and misses low and away. 1-2 the count, bases empty, 2 out. It's a 2-1 Revolution lead. And Logan Williamson has thrown just 6 pitches here in the 4th. Trying to get in an inning with 10 or less, and Burrows fouls one straight back to the screen. Will do it again at 1-2. Williamson, that's his 42nd pitch of the night here in the 4th. This will be just his 8th pitch of the inning, and again, Burrows tips it foul off the equipment of De La Cruz. Burrows a little gimpy, but he is walking it off, and he's going to step back in. So we'll do it for a 3rd time at 1-2. Set up inside is De La Cruz. Williamson winds, deals, hits his spot, but it is fouled off once again. Off the plate by Burrows. And this will be the 4th 1-2 offering of the at-bat. Burrows wasting no time is back in there. Williamson in a rhythm here in the middle innings. Lifted to left, and the 1-2 pitch. Burrows lines out to Nick Ferdinand on the run on the jog toward the foul line there. So a fly out to every field in the top of the 4th for Logan Williamson, and he gets the Ducks in order. Revolution coming up in the bottom of the 4th, leading 2-1 over Long Island. Back in a moment on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Tennis used to be a very polite game. Today, tennis raises a racket.
Flying feet.
The style, the play, and the players are intense, athletic, and hard-charging. Flying Feet Sports Shoes welcomes the evolution of tennis and its battling players with a full line of specialty tennis shoes worthy of the new game. These aren't stand-around, look-pretty shoes. These are co-conspirators for the court. Shoes that will endure opponent after opponent, match after match. Shoes that move when and how you move and stop at your command. Shoes that fit and feel good so your feet are ready and able to take that next set. Flying Feet's team includes Asics, New Balance, Wilson, and K-Swiss in widths that fit. And the Flying Feet staff is always on the sidelines ready to help with your selection. Tennis, it's a whole new game. Be prepared to play it well.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes, just off exit 18 of I-83, right behind Domino's in York.
Hi, this is Tom Dasher, President of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in retirement planning and strategies to meet individual personal goals. Whether you are looking for wealth accumulation or to maximize your retirement income. Oh, heck, this is sounding just like another commercial. Hey, listen, it's this simple. We use risk-free investment vehicles, whether you are looking to still build wealth accumulation or you want retirement income or a combination of both. It is all about getting your money parked in the place that will benefit you the most. If you want to do that, call me. My office number is 246-3879, or my mobile is 487-2096, or contact me at my new website at tomdasher.com.
Follow York Sports on your Android. Search Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
It'll be the bottom 3rd of the Revolution order due here in the 4th. De La Cruz, Ferdinand, and Simmons as we get through York's lineup for the 2nd time tonight. Revolution lead the Ducks 2-1. Here as we begin the final homestand of the 2015 season with the first of 3 games against Long Island here tonight. De La Cruz went down swinging in the second, the Revolution catcher. A .280 average on the year now, and right-hander Bobby Blevins in his fourth inning of work fires a called strike along the outer corner to the righty De La Cruz. 0-1 the count to Luis. The righty Blevins winds and deals, swinging a grounder foul, third base side. 0-2 is the count. De La Cruz in the 11-1 romp over the Blue Crabs yesterday, the final road game of the season for the Revs. 11-1 victors in Southern Maryland. De La Cruz was 3 for 5 with a homer, a double, and he drove in 3 runs. 0-2 pitch misses low, 1-2 the count. A big series for De La Cruz. He was 5 for 9 over the weekend against the Blue Crabs and drove in 4 runs for the series. He went 6 for 12 on the road trip and drove in 5 runs, platooning with Salvador Paniagua. 1-2 pitch, lifted foul down the right field line and out of play. De La Cruz leads off the home half of the fourth with the Revolution up by a run. Nobody on, nobody out. Blevins 1-2, swing and a liner. This one gets down fair. It's going to be trouble. It's foul. It's rolling foul into the corner. Right field side. De La Cruz tried to poke it the other way. That would have been good for at least 2 bases. Rattling around in the right field corner, just curves foul on him. De La Cruz in his last 20 games played is 27 for 78 at the plate. Batting .346 in his last 20, opposed to .280 on the season, but he waves low and outside on the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. De La Cruz down on strikes for the second time tonight. He is 0 for 2. That's the third strikeout of the evening for Blevins. Nick Ferdinand now 0 for 1, grounded to second in the second. Revolution out hitting the Ducks 5-2 here as we go to the middle innings. Thanks for joining us. Darrell Henry dinner break time. He'll be back in the top of the 6th. Paul Braverman, glad you could join me for the middle innings tonight. Called strike to Ferdinand, the righty, ready to hit. And like his counterpart Logan Williamson, Bobby Blevins, the righty, in a good rhythm as well, but misses high and tight to Ferdinand. And the count is 1-1. The 1-1 offering, the righty deals, swinging a tip foul behind the plate. Might have caught a piece of the shin guard of the catcher Mike Blank for Long Island. We'll do it again at 1-2 to Ferdinand. Ferdinand with his 10th home run at Southern Maryland. Became the 5th Rev in double figures for home runs this season. Talvin Nash has 9. He'll be 6th if he gets one more. Impressive, as Nash and Ferdinand were not with the club until June, but a swing and a miss on the 1-2. And Ferdinand is retired on strikes. 4 strikeouts for Bobby Blevins now. There's nobody on base with 2 out in the bottom of the 4th. The Revolution leading 2-1, and now James Simmons is the batter. He lined out to center to lead off the bottom of the 3rd. This rounds out the York batting order for the second time tonight. First pitch swinging, fouled straight back to the screen. And Simmons behind, 0-1. Simmons had a nice road trip as well to Somerset and Southern Maryland. 5 for 19, hit 3 homers over the week-long trip with a double and drove in 6 total runs. You heard the crack of the bat there. Sounded great, but lined foul, third base side. 0-2 the count to Simmons. So he had quite a road trip. Simmons in his last 23 games played has driven in 19 runs, so he's made those base hits count. And the 0-2 pitch misses high to the Revs righty and center fielder. It'll be a 1-2. Blevins has the sign he likes. Blank sets up outside. Simmons goes after it. It's a swinging bunt. First base side, fielded by Blevins. The throw low, but scooped by Sean Burrows at first, and that's the inning. So Simmons, the nice hustle, but they just do get him. And the side is retired. We'll go to the top of the 5th. The Revolution still hanging on to a 2-1 lead, thanks to a 2-run Brian Pound's single in the third. Back in a moment, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
An invasive pest that's already killed millions of ash trees is bearing down on our communities. The emerald ash borer, or EAB, means certain death for every ash tree it infects. The good news is that you can protect your property's ash trees with help from Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Our EAB prevention methods are effective, environmentally safe, and less costly than removing your dead tree, which is the only alternative to prevention. Learn more at heritagelawnandlandscape.com.
Revolution!
Sure, you're counting down to kickoff, but there's plenty of baseball left this summer. The York Revolution have a huge final homestand planned, and it's easy for you to be there with the September 6-pack. 6 tickets for any remaining game at Santander Stadium this season, 2 parking passes, and a free $10 food card for ballpark treats. A savings of 25% over box office prices, plus $10 in free food, so head to YorkRevolution.com to purchase your September 6-pack. As Yogi Berra would say, baseball season ain't over till it's over.
Get into the ball game with great savings and great weekly specials at all your favorite neighborhood family markets. Use your gold card every time you shop and you'll automatically receive your savings and rewards. And you'll get incredible deals on the new Best Yet brand products at Nell's, Saubles, Wetzel's, Chris's New Oxford, and Stauffer's Downingtown markets. So get into the game with some great savings at all your favorite neighborhood family markets. Always a hit and always a great catch.
There's only one place for local high school sports. Sports Radio 1350.
The top of the 5th inning, and the Revolution leading the Long Island Ducks 2-1 to begin this homestand, a 3-game series tonight. Ducks coming to bat with Mike Blank, the catcher, Cody Puckett, the third baseman, and Elmer Reyes, the second baseman. 6, 7, 8 in the Ducks order. Logan Williamson has allowed just 2 hits through 4 in the Revs lefty. Going back to work at just 45 pitches after an 11-pitch fourth and a called strike pumped into Mike Blank, who's 0 for 1, grounded to Perez at second in the second. Behind 0-1, Williamson quickly back to work and tipped foul in front of De La Cruz. He tags him, but it is ruled foul. So 0-2, quickly the count to Mike Blank. Williamson's 0-2, missing low. 1-2 the count. And time is out here as the batter, Blank, tired of the staring contest with Williamson. De La Cruz sets up a little bit inside now on the lefty. Williamson challenges him in. Fisted off the handle of the bat, grounded to second. Backing up is Perez and throws him out at first. So they jammed him inside and off the inner part of the bat. He rolled it to second. Fairly well hit for the portion of the bat it came off of, and Perez with his heels in the grass backed up a little bit but had plenty of time to get an above average running catcher, I'd say, in Mike Blank. So 2 ground outs to Perez tonight. For Blank, he's 0 for 2. 1 out, bases empty. It's 2-1 Revolution here in the top of the 5th. And the first offering called for a strike on the outside corner to Cody Puckett. Ducks third baseman and number 7 hitter flew out to Patterson and right to end the top of the second. 0 for 1 and the 0-1 pitch. Again in on the hands. This one a slow roller to short. Barehanded throw. All in one motion. Fielding it, Wilson Valdez. And Nash, with the throw wide, is able to hang on, but beating it out at first for an infield single is Cody Puckett. So Puckett, much like Blank, his predecessor, challenged in on the handle by Williamson. Blank hit it too hard and to the wrong side of the infield, grounded out to second. A slow roller off the handle that time for Puckett, and despite Wilson Valdez's best effort going after it with the bare hand pick and throw, Puckett does beat it out. Swing and a miss for Elmer Reyes, the second baseman for the Ducks, who smacked a homer, his 5th, and the Ducks second baseman, last 4 base hits, 3 of them have been homers now after the solo shot to lead off the top of the third, which is the Ducks' only run, and one of just 3 hits allowed by Logan Williamson, including the infield single by Cody Puckett, who's being held on at first by Telvin Nash, inside at the toes of Reyes, and he dances out of the way, and that'll even the count at 1-1 to the righty. So runner at first, 1 out. The Revolution with a 2-1 lead here in the 5th. The Reyes solo homer in the 3rd put the Ducks on top, but a half inning later, back come the Revolution, a 2-run single by Brian Pounds. High and deep on the 1-1 pitch. Ferdinand leaping at the base of the big wall. It's over his head, bounces off the warning track. Throw coming home from the center fielder Simmons, but it rolls to the plate, and scoring from first without a play, standing up, is Cody Puckett. So Elmer Reyes with a solo homer and now an RBI double tonight. And the Ducks have tied the game at 2, so Reyes is driven in. Both Long Island runs. Logan Williamson was cruising after the Reyes homer in the 3rd. He retired the next 7 Ducks in order, then Puckett with the infield single scores all the way from first as Reyes ripped a double deep to left over the glove of the leaping Nick Ferdinand, bounced off the track off the wall. Simmons picked it up and got it back along the infield to keep it a double for Reyes, but the game is now tied. Ball 1, missing low and inside to Anthony Vega. The lefty and the Ducks left fielder rounds out the Long Island lineup for the second time tonight. He's 0 for 1 is Vega. Hit that scary comebacker that Logan Williamson snared on the mound and then doubled off Sean Burrows at first. Excuse me, that was in the second. It was a 1-3 grounder back to Williamson in the 3rd that Vega's 0 for 1 on, as the line out that almost took Williamson's head off was blank in the 2nd, and he doubled off Burrows after a single that inning. In any event, there is a runner at second with 1 out. Now a 2-2 ball game here in the top of the 5th. And Anthony Vega looks to give the Ducks the lead here with a base hit. He's out ahead 1-0, but Williamson fires a strike, hit his target there with De La Cruz set up outside. Those two working nicely together, and the count is 1-1. Runner at second, 1 out, 2-2 game, top of the 5th. Revs out hitting the Ducks 5-4 at the moment. Big swing and a miss. Bottom dropped out. Vega on top of it. And the count is 1-2. Vega's the K-man, so you're going to hear that breadsticks chant. Little Caesars K-man tonight at the bottom of the order, so with the ground out back to the mound in the 1st inning, the breadsticks quota far from satisfied. And Vega stays alive, sending one back to the screen, and the count remains 1-2. Did he check his swing on the 1-2? They say he held up. It was close, but they did appeal to 3rd. And the word is he did not go. That'll even the count at 2-2. Home plate umpire is Jim Clayton. That's Dave Shirk over at 3rd, who made the safe call on whether it was a swing there by Vega. The 2-2 misses low and away. This one gets away from De La Cruz, and down to 3rd is Elmer Reyes. Some discussion on whether that's a wild pitch or a pass ball. It was low and away, but I think it's a pass ball, as it looked like it got a decent amount of De La Cruz's glove. But now, with 1 out, a sac fly available as Reyes gets to 3rd on the pass ball. Excuse me, it's a wild pitch, so Reyes gets to 3rd on the wild pitch. And the sac fly was available for Vega, who takes low on 3-2 and walks. So now a sac fly still available for Phelan Lentini at the top of the Ducks order, their right fielder. Reyes at 3rd, Vega at 1st after the bases on balls. And Paul Fletcher, the Revolution pitching coach, will temporarily delay Lentini's at bat as he's out to talk to his left-hander Logan Williamson. So the Ducks looking for a fly ball here to possibly take the lead. Logan Williamson looking for a ground ball to send us to the bottom of the fifth, still tied at 2. So a big at bat here. Phelan Lentini, who came in hitting .302, is 0 for 2 tonight. Grounded to third in the first, grounded to short in the third. Phelan Lentini, the right-hander, steps in. Right fielder for the Ducks, and Williamson goes back to work with runners on the corners and delivers a first pitch strike. 0-1 the count to Lentini. The Ducks just got done hosting the Sugar Land Skaters for 3 games at home at Bethpage Ballpark. They end the regular season in an all-Pennsylvania way, 3 here in York and then 4 in Lancaster. Phelan Lentini coming off a solid series against Sugar Land, 4 for his last 13 with a double, an RBI, and 2 runs against the Skeeters over the weekend at home. 0-1 pitch, popped him up. It's in foul ground in front of the Revolution dugout, and Nash makes the catch near the Revs bullpen, and no one will be able to advance. Telvin Nash, drifting near the Revs bullpen, first base side, makes the grab just in front of some fans there. And credit to the fans in sections 4 and 5. They did not interfere when it would have been tempting. One of them has a glove down there to reach out and grab the ball. So Nash, with the putout, Lentini pops out, and that takes the sac fly off. Runners at the corners with 2 out now, and Logan Williamson with 1 run home here in the 5th, trying to keep it a 2-2 game. So that's a nice play by Telvin, as that was hardly routine, as a high pop-up had him moving back and forth, and he finds it in the lights and puts it away. Ball 1 delivered high to Dan Lyons. Number 2 hitter, the righty, is the Ducks shortstop. A walk and a line out to left field tonight, 0 for 1. Williamson's 1-0 pitch, misses low and away. 2-0 the count to Dan Lyons. The Ducks leading RBI man with 72. In 2015, it'll be a 2-0 to Lyons. A long look in from Williamson to his battery mate De La Cruz, who sets up inside on the righty. The southpaw deals, called for a strike. 2-1 the count. Runners at first and third, 2 out, top of the 5th. The score is 2 apiece. 1 in the 3rd and 1 in the 5th for the Ducks. 2 in the 3rd for York. Throw to first. Telvin Nash is holding Anthony Vega on there. He walked. Reyes is at third after an RBI double and a wild pitch. Logan Williamson trying to escape the jam here in the top of the 5th. The lefty's 2-1, misses low. 3-1 the count now, in danger of loading the bases here for Lou Ford, former Atlantic League MVP Lou Ford. And if you are new to this circuit, that is indeed the same Lou Ford that played several years with the Minnesota Twins, and a couple of seasons ago went from the Long Island Ducks roster to the major leagues and the Baltimore Orioles within the same season. 3-1 pitch, called for a strike, outer half. Lyons doesn't like it, but it's a 3-2 offering upcoming to the Ducks shortstop. So 2 on, 2 out, and a 3-2 pitch coming as Logan Williamson tries to send us to the bottom of the 5th inning with a tie score still. From the stretch, he deals it. Just outside. Oh my. If it missed, it didn't miss by much. And the bases are loaded, so Lyons walks for the 2nd time tonight. Williamson tonight has 2 strikeouts. They were both in the 1st inning. And that's his that's his 3rd walk, 2 of them of Dan Lyons. He's walked 2 this inning. So Lou Ford will indeed bat with the bases loaded. Struck out swinging in the 1st, flew out to center field in the 4th. So he's 0 for 2, but Not exactly the preference to stay up here with the bases loaded and 2 out in a tie game. And Williamson challenges him in on the first offering, called for a strike in the inner half. 0-1 the count to Lou Ford. From the stretch with runners on, the 0-1, fouled straight back to the screen, 0-2 the count. Revolution trying to strand them loaded and preserve a 2-2 tie here in the 5th. The Ducks with 1 across here to even us up. Lou Ford 3 for 6 yesterday, and he was 5 for 10 over the weekend against the Skeeters. So he's seen it well as of late. But the 0-2 pitch called for a strike. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Logan Williamson on 3 straight pitches rings up Lou Ford and strands the bases loaded. 2 called strikes and a foul ball. He gets the call in the inner half. Lou Ford with a long talk walking off with Jim Clayton, but it matters not. So Williamson's 3rd punch out of the day, strands 3. A 2-2 game as we move to the bottom of the 5th. Revs coming to bat next on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Maple Donuts knows that there comes a point in every kid's summer when the feeling of unfettered freedom begins to fold up faster than a picnic blanket at the first drop of an unexpected summer storm. Charlie and his Maple Donuts team understand that all too soon, lazy mornings on the sofa, splashing in the pool, and weeknight sleepovers will be replaced by bus stops, backpacks, and morning announcements. But Maple Donuts says there's a bright side to the first day of school, kids. Because when you stumble into the kitchen that first morning, chances are you'll be greeted by Mom, enjoying her cup of Maple Donuts' famous coffee and sitting next to a back-to-school tradition, a box of Maple Donuts. And somewhere buried in that box, hand-picked by Mom from Maple Donuts' 58 varieties, you may find that, yes, summer is over, but another school year may not be so bad after all. So for every kid coming to grips with going back to school, we say thanks, Mom. And thank you, Maple Donuts.
Maple Donuts taste right.
It's time again for York Mitsubishi's fall sales event featuring 0% financing for 72 months and a $500 rebate on all 2015 Outlander Sports and Lancers. Or try the 2015 Mirage DE, the best price car in America today that gets up to 44 miles per gallon for only $11,995. And finally, the all-new 2016 Outlander 4-wheel drive with standard 7-passenger seating. All Outlanders, Outlander Sports, Lancers, and Mirages get our famous 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Stop by York Mitsubishi and see what we can do for you. Excludes Evo, Rallyart, and iMeave.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
We go to the bottom of the 5th. The Revolution and Long Island Ducks tied at 2 apiece here at Santander Stadium. Revs have out-hit the Ducks 5-4. Eric Patterson, Wilson Valdez, Andres Perez. Top of the Revolution order here in the home half of the 5th. Bobby Blevins goes back to work. Patterson shows bunt, had no intention of trying it, pulls back, takes high, and the count is 1-0. Eric Patterson, already a nice night, has been on both plate appearances, doubled in the first, walked in the third, but was eliminated on the base paths on both occasions. Here's the 1-0 to the lefty, who swings and fouls it on a hop into the Revolution dugout. First base side, didn't take anybody out, no problem there. 1-1 is the count to Patterson, who is in right field tonight for York. Blevins deals, and Patterson fouls it off of his leg. It rolls all the way up the first base line, and Patterson is going to walk this off. But, man, those foul balls, whether it's off the knee, shin, ankle, just so painful. And Patterson appears to be walking relatively normally after that. So I'm going to say it was off his shin. And not that that feels good, but you foul one off the knee or off the ankle, you're usually not as quick to get up. So he's a hockey player. He'll step back in and hit in a 1-2 count. Not really a hockey player, or has he ever played hockey, but that's a good description of the toughness he brings out to the yard. So the 1-2 pitch misses inside. Evens the count at 2-2 in at the knees. Patterson on base twice tonight. to lead off an inning and batting second in an inning. So trying to spark the Revs here in a 2-2 game in the bottom of the fifth. Blevins deals and Patterson pops it up. It's out of play foul, third base side. We'll do it again at 2-2 to the Revolution leadoff man. Patterson enjoyed a 6-for-22 road trip with 3 doubles and 3 runs batted in over the course of the last week. 6 games. Actually ended up only being 5 games with the rain out at Somerset. 5 games at Somerset in Southern Maryland, and Patterson takes Lowen in again, 3-2 the count. 1 for 5 yesterday in the 11-1 win over the Blue Crabs. 4 for 15 in the Blue Crabs series was Patterson with 2 doubles and 3 RBI. Swing and a miss on the 3-2, however, and Patterson is down on strikes. It's the third batter in the last 4 that Bobby Blevins has struck out swinging. And dating back to the third inning, it's the 4th batter in the last 5 Revs he's faced that he struck out swinging. And Blevins now with 5 total strikeouts tonight. Wilson Valdez bats with the bases empty and 1 out. Valdez likewise on base both times he's been up tonight. A single in the first. Reached on a fielder's choice and scored on the Pounds' 2-run base knock in the third. First pitch lifted foul up over the screen and out of play. 0-1 the count. So Valdez, Patterson, and Perez, the top 3 batters in the Revolution order tonight, have each been on base in each of their first 2 plate appearances. Inside to Valdez, checked his swing, did not go. That'll even the count at 1-1. So the first 5 Revolution hitters tonight have all been on at least once. Boggs and Pounds extended that streak. And in the 10 at-bats thus far tonight, aside from Patterson's strikeout to begin this inning, 8 of those at-bats have resulted in a Rev reaching, but it's 2-2 here in the 5th. Valdez grounds it to his counterpart, Dan Lyons, at short. Lyons fielding and throwing on the run, and a good job of charging it, and throws him out at first. So Valdez with the 6-3 grounder on an 0-2 pitch. Quickly 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th for York as we play on in a 2-2 ball game. Andres Perez singled in the first and third innings. Scored in the third on the Brian Pounds bloop single to center. That scored 2, Valdez and Perez. At second base tonight, the righty steps in, and the Atlantic League leader in RBI with 80 runs driven in. The Revolution leader in home runs with 15. And, of course, he's the Revolution all-time hits leader, among many other franchise milestones. Takes ball 1 low. The 1-0 from Blevins is low and in at the knees of Perez. 2-0 the count. Bases empty, 2 out, and a 2-2 ball game in the bottom of the 5th as the Revolution begin the final homestand of 2015 with a 3-game series tonight, tomorrow, and Wednesday against the Long Island Ducks. Here's the 2-0, lifted high and foul over the screen, out of play. 2-1 the count to Perez. Logan Williamson struck out Lou Ford on 3 straight pitches to preserve a 2-2 game as he stranded the bases loaded. In the top of the 5th, picked himself up as 2 of the 3 on base were walked. Here's the 2-1 pitch, lifted in the air the other way to right, but coming in and making the play on a jog is Phelan Lentini. A 1-2-3 inning with a strikeout for Bobby Blevins, and the Revolution go quietly in the home half of the 5th. It's a 2-2 game going into the top of the 6th. Darrell Henry returns in 90 seconds on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Broadway transmission? I don't know how they do it.
We've been in business for 60 years at the same location.
I don't know how they do it.
It's our long-term nationwide warranties.
Oh, and don't forget our online appointment scheduling.
I still don't know how they do it.
They towed my van at no cost with my repair.
It's our ATRA certified technicians. Don't forget the good-looking genius in the office.
Come on, man.
I know know they helped me with financing. Still, with my bad credit, I don't know how they do it.
I did my research and felt comfortable that Broadway is a AAA approved specialty repair shop. I showed my AAA card and saved some hard-earned cash.
I was happy to get a $100 rebate in the mail after the job was done.
I sure don't know how they do it, but I do know they get it done, and they get it done right.
Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and back on the road fast. Check us out on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Do it for me. Do it for America.
Rich Eisen.
Looks like Mark Sanchez, this is his team now. And he dropped a 50-yard dime on Jeremy Macklin in his first pass attempt. And Jason Peters says he didn't know it was Sanchez back there. He didn't know that Foles went out. He turns around to celebrate with his quarterback and give him an attaboy. And it's Sanchez.
The Rich Eisen Show.
Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. On air, online, and on your smartphone. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Head to the sixth inning, 2-2 our score. My thanks to Paul Braverman for handling the last two. Randy Ruiz leading it off, and he rips the first one off the mound and up the middle. First pitch base hit into center for Ruiz. And in a tie game, that's how the sixth inning begins. Yeah, he's another guy, it can be scary when it comes off his bat. Leadoff man on, and Sean Burrows to the plate. The Ducks made a huge boost to their lineup when Phelan Lentini became available, because it also allowed them to use Brian Sabatella to acquire Sean Burrows from Bridgeport. Lefty against lefty here. Williamson the pitch and a half swing. He went on a fastball up and in on his hands. No balls and a strike. Burrows a single and a fly out so far tonight. Batting for the third time. The 0-1 right there for a strike. And Williamson jumps ahead 0-2. Fastball at 89. The stadium board. The 0-2, breaking ball and missed away. Each team 2 runs on 5 hits at this point. Williamson kicks, steals, and a swing and a fish shot caught at third. Brian Pounds backing up, and it stayed in the infield for him to catch it. Burrows checking the bat to make sure it didn't break. One away. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification here on Revolution Radio.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
2-2 here in the sixth inning. Ducks with 1 on and 1 out. And Mike Blank, the hitter. Williamson sets, fires, missed high and away on a changeup. Blank was the hitter who nailed one back at the mound that Williamson caught in the second inning and turned into a double play. And grounded out to second base, his other at bat. 1-0, and that's in the dirt. De La Cruz snatches it out. Williamson falls behind 2-0. Take a look at our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. Lancaster leads Southern Maryland 2-0 in the bottom of the fifth. There's a fastball low, and it's 3-0. Barnstormers host the Blue Crabs for 3, then the Ducks for 4. 3-0, and Williamson got that one over, a strike. Camden and Sugar Land scoreless in the second inning in Texas. There's the 3-1 and a half swing, and blank went. I don't know why they had to appeal that, but they did, and first base ump confirms what was pretty clear. Williamson back to run it full. The payoff pitch, line drive and a base hit into right center. Patterson toward the alley to cut it off. Ruiz hesitated at second, relayed at third. He's tagged out. He went in standing up thinking that he had it easily, and it goes 9-6-5, and he's cut down trying to take third. And a base running mistake gives the Revs the second out of the inning. He hesitated at second, then tried to take third, and the Revs in short order made that relay, and he was a dead duck at third base. And not only that, he tried to go in standing up, and Pounds put the tag right on his leg. Here's Cody Puckett, runner at first with 2 outs. And Williamson missing high on a changeup. I think a lot of folks here were kind of watching, just wondering what he was doing. And you'd think Kevin Baez at third would be telling him to get down. Here's the 1-0 and a pop-up in the infield. Nash in a couple of steps, now backs up, and he'll glove it right around where he was set up. And the inning comes to an end just like that. No runs, 2 hits. 1 runner left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Still 2-2.
Providing quality services efficiently and in a timely manner to its clients is the mission of the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins. GSLSC is equipped to handle any real estate transactions, leases, residential and commercial real estate settlements, zoning issues, and all matters involving municipalities. They are also experienced in the formation and operation of family real estate ventures that are tax sensitive to the needs of the investors. Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins is an approved title insurance agency and can provide you with title insurance and legal representation at one low cost when buying a home or investment property. Don't risk any real estate settlement without an experienced real estate attorney from the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins at your side. Phone 717-757-7602. They've been handling residential and commercial real estate matters in South Central Pennsylvania for more than 50 years. With mortgage interest rates at an all-time low, now is the time to buy or refinance. Phone 717-757-7602 today or visit their website, gslsc.com.
Savory's Funnel Cakes have brought their delicious funnel cakes from the York Fair to Santander Stadium. Be sure to visit their stand on the third base concourse near the hop corner, as they offer both regular and pumpkin funnel cakes. Also, be sure to check out Savory's Funnel Cake Eating Challenge played between innings during York Revolution home games. They also offer event catering. Give Savory's a call at 717-271-3485. That's 717-271-3485. Savory's Funnel Cakes, York's delicious delicacy for all to enjoy.
The radio home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Tied at 2, we go to the bottom of the 6th. Brandon Boggs will lead things off for the Revs. Middle third of the order facing Blevins for the 3rd time. Big outfield assist from Patterson. And Ruiz kind of caught napping on the bases, and Revs take advantage of it. Boggs has lined to left and reached on a walk. And Blevins, who's at 98 pitches beginning the inning, deals home, and a slider hooks onto the inside edge. It's a called strike. Boggs, Pounds, and Nash here this inning. Blevins the windup and the 0-1, and that missed high. We were going through our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. Camden and Sugarland scoreless early. It's the first time ever that Sugarland will close against somebody other than the Revs. Here's a swing and a miss on a changeup. And the count 1-2. And meanwhile, Somerset will be at Bridgeport this week, but not tonight. They'll play a doubleheader Wednesday, a scheduled day off today. Pitch and a foul back off the netting. It's only 3 games in the league tonight. Wind, the 1-2 again, and a curveball broke low. Two the score, 2-2 the count. And Blevins winds and delivers, and a swing and a foul out of play, third base side. As Boggs stays on it. Blevins began the year in Taiwan with the Brother Elephants. Winds and fires, and a swing and a high fly ball to shallow left. Anthony Vega scoots in. He's under it waiting and makes the grab for the first out. 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. 4th year with Long Island for Blevins. Here's Brian Pounds, who, when the Revs beat Blevins on the road in July, he had a 2-run homer off of him. Has a 2-run single off him tonight. First one is up a little bit. They have scored 7 runs against Blevins in 2 starts. Pounds has driven in 4 of those. Tonight 1 for 2, a 2-run bloop hit in the 3rd for York's 2 runs. The pitch, and in the dirt, 2-0. Blevins from Briarcliff, New York. 6-foot righty. 30 years of age. And he comes home. And a fastball strike called over the outside part of the plate. Revs will miss Brownell in this series. He had his 3rd straight complete game yesterday. The 2-1 and a swing and a foul tip, bounced behind the plate. That was in 7 innings, but it was a shutout against Sugar Land, 2-0. League leader in wins. The Revs do miss him. They'll face Bruce Kern tomorrow, who started the year in relief. Has made several starts. Lefty Joe Bircher on Wednesday. And new acquisition, the 2-2. And a line drive at short over the outstretched glove of Lyons and into left center. Pounds hit it off the end of the bat. It made a thud, but it ends up being his 2nd hit of the night. Lyons trying to elevate, but it was beyond his reach. And ends a streak of 8 straight. Retired by Blevins that began after he had allowed that 2-run hit to Pounds back in the 3rd. Here's Talvin Nash, who's flied out to deep right and struck out against him. 2-2 is our score, and now each team with 6 hits. Blevins nods yes. And the pitch. Swung on and drilled deep to left and off the top of the arch nemesis. Pounds heading for 3rd, the throw from left, and he's in! On a head-first slide, the plate on Jim Clayton going down to 3rd to make the call. Kevin Baez took a few steps out and was going to argue. I think Cody Puckett, his 3rd baseman, told him that Pounds was in there. He was nearly thrown out by Vega. Now it came out of Puckett's glove, reaching for the tag. He had it and going for the tag. It slipped out of his glove. So Pounds goes 1st to 3rd. Nash with a wall ball single that got knocked down just about by the yellow line, just under it. He came that close to his 10th home run. It's 1st and 3rd for De La Cruz, who struck out both times. He'll ask for time and back out of there. And the Ducks will get former Revs reliever Ricardo Gomez up in their bullpen. First pitch. Oh, hit him. That one had to have hurt. Up near the hands or the wrist. And De La Cruz taking a painful walk around behind home plate. He checks it. It looks like his left elbow area. Yep, that's exactly where it got him, right on the left elbow. And he was going to start to head to first, but Chong and Mace will force him to stop so they can check this out. That got him flush right on the left elbow. That is not how he wanted to produce for his offense. It'll load the bases, but that hurt. He will stay in. He heads to first base, clutching the hand as he walks down. So they're loaded with one out for Nick Ferdinand, trying to give the Revs the lead. That's a tough way to get on. That really could not have hit him more squarely in a place with not much protection. Here's Ferdinand, first pitch, a breaking ball, he pops it up. Shallow right field, Pound's not tagging, and it's caught by Lentini coming in almost to the infield. And that's out number 2. Ferdinand was looking for a good first one to swing at. I think Blevins threw him a breaking ball and he popped it up. So 2 down in the inning. And James Simmons will try to come through. The Revs have stranded 4 tonight. The Ducks have stranded 5 here in this 2-2 game. Long Island left them loaded in the 4th inning, although they did score a run before that. The Revs in danger of leaving them loaded here in the 6th inning. Simmons is lined to center and grounded back to the pitcher. And Blevins ready. First offering, a swing and a nubbing ground ball to second. Charging is Reyes, had to wait to let De La Cruz scoot by, and he'll grab it and throw to first to end the inning. A weak ground ball off the end of the bat, and the Revs unable to score after loading them up. No runs, 2 hits. Nash came within inches of a homer that would have given them the lead. 3 men left, and we go to the 7th tonight, still 2-2.
Get ready for winter now and save big on your heating oil or propane costs. Call today to schedule your first fill, and don't forget to ask our energy advisors about the right money-saving plan or budget to fit your lifestyle. Lock in your rate and protect your price all winter. Our price-protected customers save an average of $325 per year. Visit ShipleyEnergy.com or call 855-4SHIPLEY, and don't forget to ask about our $100 rebate. Shipley Energy, energy for life.
High school football is on Sports Radio 1350 this fall. Tune in every Friday night for the WOYK High School Football Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Your kids, your teams.
Henry has it, turns the corner, he's inside the 5, he's at the goal line, he's into the end zone. Andrew Henry, 7-yard touchdown run, would not be denied.
It's local sports from local people on York's only local sports station. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Come on!
Colin Cowherd.
Here's Chip Kelly talking about Tim Tebow once he released him.
I didn't feel like he was good enough to be the 3 right now.
He didn't say backup that just gets in. They're not good enough to be the 3rd-string quarterback. And here's the thing. You can have him on the roster. You can't have him right behind Sam Bradford, who would pull a hammy yawning.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Still tied 2-2. Both teams now have left them loaded tonight. And we go to the 7th inning. Hopefully it won't be a damaging missed opportunity for the Revs. Logan Williamson back to work. And he'll face Elmer Reyes, who has driven in both of Long Island's runs tonight. A homer in the third, a double in the fifth, and he takes in the dirt as it skips away. And now in 13 games with Long Island, he's got 5 homers and 11 driven in. A 1-0, swung on and scorched down the line and left. That'll short hop the wall down by the corner. Ferdinand on it, though, and fires a strike and holds him to a single. Hit it hard right down the line. It short hopped the arch nemesis right down the line. And it hit the, actually maybe it didn't short hop, but it may have hit the base of the wall on the fly because it came back very hard toward Ferdinand, which helped keep Reyes at just one base. The bottom portion is concrete, so you're going to get a much harder bounce back. Reyes now within a triple of the cycle, and here is Anthony Vega trying to bunt, and he fouls the first one back right off the top of the net. Vega, a ground out to Williamson and a walk tonight. The stretch. He starts to square, the pitch to him, and he gets it down. Williamson in front of the mound, throws to second. They got the lead out. What a play. And Williamson checking the sod in front of the mound where he planted. And he threw a strike to second with Valdez covering, and they got Reyes just before his foot was in on the slide. The sacrifice unsuccessful. Vega bunting it right back to Williamson. He didn't panic, didn't rush it, just made the throw and had just enough time. His foot may have slid a little bit. He was taking a look down afterward, but made the play. So Vega at first does have speed. He's there with one out. Here's Lentini, who takes up high. Two the score. And both teams now with bullpen activity. Williamson just got to 90 pitches on that last one. 1-0. Way in as Lentini jumps back. That was in near his hips. Now a 2-0 count. Lentini 2 ground outs and a pop-up. Williamson the pitch and a swing and a bouncer to third. Pounds charges, gloves, only plays to first, and he'll make the out there as Vega moves to second with 2 away. Fast runner on base, fast one at the plate. And with Pounds charging, only going to get 1 out on that play, softly hit. Now a runner at second with 2 down, and Dan Lyons coming up. Lyons a line out to left and 2 walks. And the first pitch, it's down low. Is Tony Pena, who's up in the bullpen for York. I believe Blevins will probably be done after the inning. He's at 115 pitches. 1-0 and a tap foul behind the plate. Lyons just got a piece on that changeup. Trying to keep things tied up. A 1-1. Swung on, bounced to short. Valdez to his right. He's got it. Gets rid of it in time at first. had to shift to his right and throw without a step. And they're in time to get Lions for the final out. Williamson leaving the go-ahead run at second. The leadoff single, one runner left. Seventh inning stretch here tonight. It's the Revs 2 and the Ducks 2.
Nobody can turn your backyard into a backyard paradise better than Paradise Landscaping and Hardscaping. The outdoor pros at Paradise offer full outdoor maintenance, landscaping, hardscape design and installation. And when it comes to fall planting, mulching, and cleaning up fallen leaves, you're in luck, Revs fans. Call before September 1st to schedule your fall cleanup and clean up with 10% off. Estimates are free, fully insured. Call 577-6234 or check them out on Facebook. Paradise Landscaping and Hardscaping in York.
WellSpan has helped many professional, student, and recreational athletes stay at the top of their game. And they can do the same for you. Our winning team offers everything from concussion management and sports nutrition to physical therapy and more. For more information, call 877-482-5420 or visit wellspan.org/sportsmedicine.
Get into the ball game with great savings and great weekly specials at all your favorite neighborhood family markets. Use your gold card every time you shop and you'll automatically receive your savings and rewards. And you'll get incredible deals on the new Best Yet brand products at Nell's, Saubles, Wetzel's, Chris's New Oxford, and Stauffer's Downingtown markets. So get into the game with some great savings at all your favorite neighborhood family markets. Always a hit and always a great catch.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
2-2, we go to the bottom of the seventh. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Ricardo Gomez comes in, the former Rev. As part of York's playoff run last season. And he will take over for Blevins, who went 6. 2 runs on 7 hits. Walked 2, struck out 5. Gomez, who was in Mexico this season with Veracruz. Face Eric Patterson up first. Patterson a double, a walk, and a K tonight. Gomez in his 3rd game since joining the Ducks. First pitch is in for a strike. 1 1/3 scoreless innings thus far. No hits given up in his 2 appearances. 0-1, and a swing and a loop to left, and there's a hit. Patterson greets him with a single the other way, muscled it into the outfield, and a leadoff single to begin the home 7th here in a tie game. Patterson 2 for 3 on the night. Gomez was also with Piratas de Campeche earlier this year in Mexico. He was with Long Island back in 2010. First came to the Atlantic League with Lancaster. Pocket way in at 3rd. Here's Valdez, and he indeed squares and gets it down. First base side. Gomez picks up, underhands to first. Sacrifice is good. And Patterson to second base with 1 away. Adds to Valdez club records, his 44th career sack bunt with York and 24th this season. Now the go-ahead run at second with less than 2 outs again. And here's Andres Perez, who's 2 for 3. Last year, Gomez got in 4 regular season games with York. He was with the Revs in 2011 and 12 as well. First pitch to Perez, a slider away. Had 16 saves for the Revs in 2012. And then the following year, he had 24 in Mexico. Here's the stretch. And the 1-0. Breaking ball. It bends across for a strike. Now a pick play at second. Patterson back in. They had gotten him earlier tonight, and Gomez trying it there. Back in 2012 with the Revs, he earned one of his saves by picking off Bryant Nelson at second base as a member of the Ducks to end a game here in York. The 1-1 fastball strike. 89 on the outside corner. 1-2 Andre. He's going to hold 2 games without an RBI. Here's the stretch and the pitch. Tried to check, down and away, and blank like a goalie sliding across. Made the save on it. Patterson staying at second, 2-2. That's a big stop. If that ball gets by, then there's a lot of ways Perez could get Patterson home. 2-2, he climbs back in. And Gomez ready. And the pitch. Breaking ball up and in. And a full count. Saw it out of the hand and wasn't quite sure how it was going to break. It was a tight little slider that didn't break a ton. It stayed in tight. A full count. And the 3-2 swung on and lined. Left field. It is off the wall. Patterson to third. They're sending him. And the relay will be late. He scores. Andres Perez, a line drive single off the arch nemesis in left. And gives the Revs a 3-2 lead here in the bottom of the 7th. His league-leading 81st run driven in. And his 3rd hit of the night puts the Revs in front. He lined it off the sprint sign just to the left of the manual scoreboard and hit so hard it hit the wall, and Patterson wasn't even at third base yet. Here's Brandon Boggs as he takes up high. But Polo sent him. Vega's throw to Lyons was a little high. Lyons had to leap before making the relay. And at that point had no chance as Patterson outran it. 1-0 to Boggs. That's down and in. Now a 3-2 lead here in the bottom of the 7th. The 2-0 and a foul tip straight back against the backstop. On our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard, Lancaster leads Southern Maryland 3-0 in the bottom of the 7th. They've added another run to that. Not to be Debbie Downer right after the Revs went in front. I was going to mention it anyway. It's the 2-1. And a swing and a jam shot. Blooper, shallow right center, and it's run down by Lentini. And Perez went too far. A one-hop throw back to first, and he's doubled off. He went maybe 2 or 3 steps too far. He pushed it going towards second. Thought it was going to drop. Lentini ran in under it and doubles him off before he could get back. But the Revs take the lead on Perez hit. 1 run on 2 hits. Nobody left. And we go to the 8th. Revs lead it 3-2.
Providing quality services efficiently and in a timely manner to its clients is the mission of the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Solomon & Calkins. GSLSC is equipped to handle any real estate transactions, leases, residential and commercial real estate settlements, zoning issues, and all matters involving municipalities. They are also experienced in the formation and operation of family real estate ventures that are tax sensitive to the needs of the investors. Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Solomon & Calkins is an approved title insurance agency and can provide you with title insurance and legal representation at one low cost when buying a home or investment property. Don't risk any real estate settlement without an experienced real estate attorney from the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Solomon & Calkins at your side. Phone 717-757-7602. They've been handling residential and commercial real estate matters in South Central Pennsylvania for more than 50 years. With mortgage interest rates at an all-time low, now is the time to buy or refinance. Phone 717-757-7602 today or visit their website, gslsc.com.
Waking up with the Zabe. The Steve Zabin Show.
And I know I can already hear you screaming at your radio. You don't even have a real job, Zabin. You just sit in front of the microphone and flap your cake hole around. I understand that. I'm not upset to be back today. I need to get back. I need to get back on the horse and get back riding again. I'm just saying it's going to take me a segment or two to get up to speed. Join me, Steve Zabin, mornings at 6 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
The Revolution plays here. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Top of the 8th, Revs lead it 3-2. Tony Pena will take over. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. And he'll face Lou Ford up first. First pitch of the inning, a slider, and it's in for a strike. Logan Williamson, 7 innings tonight. 7 hits, 2 runs. 93 pitches, 60 for strikes. Pena, the 0-1, and a swing and a miss. Good slider down and away. 3 walks, 3 strikeouts for Williamson. Tied Rami for the team lead with his 12th quality start. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, pulled on the ground at third, and Pounds cuts it, reaching to his left. He'll turn and make the throw to first. And 1 away here in the top of the 8th. He was guarding the line and reached to his left to scoop it, got the shoulders turned and lined up and made the throw. Now the Revs have held Ford 0 for 4 tonight. And now Randy Ruiz, the hitter. He is 1 for 3 out of the cleanup spot. First pitch is down and away for ball 1. 3-2 the lead. Pena the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Ruiz looking to catch a slider before it broke, but one-hand finish as it hooked down and away from him. Evens it up for Pena. The 1-1. Oh, line drive right past his glove, and that's into center. Another one right back at the mound tonight. Fortunately for Pena, it was down to his left a little bit. But Ruiz with a hard base hit and a 1-out base runner, and he will be pinch run for as Delta Cleary, Carlos Hughes runs out to first base to run for him. They have a few guys with speed, and he's one of them. Now Hughes, the tying run, will pinch run. Sean Burrows, the hitter, 1 for 3. We're just waiting on the plate ump to fill out his lineup card. Can he find him? Is he on there? Pena 2-2, a 2.95 ERA for the Revs coming in. The other night in Southern Maryland gave up 2, but stranded 2, leaving with a 1-run lead in that 9-6 win. He throws over, checking on Hughes. It was only the second time in 25 outings that the opponent had scored against him. He's looking to bounce back tonight. And now the stretch. First pitch to Burrows, and a grounder off the end of the bat to third. Pounds to second for 1. Dre the turn, snuck by Nash, who tried to split and backhand pick it. And now he slips, chasing it in foul territory, and goes down. Burrows had broken for second right away and makes it with no play. And it'll be a fielder's choice at second, a throwing error on Dre, and hopefully Nash can walk after all of that. He's up to his feet, a little slow getting up. Chong will follow him back toward first. He went into that split that he likes to do, and he waves Chong back and says he's all right. Trying to pick it out of the dirt. It got by, and then when he chased it into foul ground, maybe some dew on the grass on this currently 69-degree evening, and he went down and looked a little awkward. Worried that he rolled an ankle or something at first. And now Fletch will come out for a visit. The tying run at second base here with 2 outs in the 8th. By the way, I made a boo-boo earlier. I said that the Ducks could clinch a postseason berth tonight. The magic number is 2 to have Bridgeport eliminated, but I forgot that Somerset and Bridgeport don't play till tomorrow. So they could be in as early as tomorrow if Somerset beats Bridgeport, and that would eliminate the Bluefish. They will be facing Mike Blank with Burrows at second and 2 outs. And Pena the pitch. It is up a little bit. Slider to start him. Blank 1 for 3. He had that vicious line drive back at Williamson in the second that he caught. The 1-0. And it's down and away. A slider again. Now Pena misses with the first 2. Now the stretch. The 2-0. Just inside. Three balls, no strikes. Pena fires, and that's just inside. 4 in a row. Well, it will set up the force, and now he'll go after Cody Puckett with 2 on and 2 out here in the 8th. Puckett 1 for 3, singled and scored in the 5th. And Pena ready to face him. First pitch is swung on and missed. He goes up there wailing away at a slider. Revs playing Puckett pretty much straight up everywhere. Pena look back, the 0-1, and a ground ball nubbing on the right side. Perez scooting way to his left to throw. Got him just in time at first. Dre was toward the middle, had to go way to his left. Got there and on the move toward first base. Dumped it off to Nash at full stride, going to his left. No runs, 1 hit. 1 error and 2 men left. Revs will maintain the 3-2 lead as we go to the bottom of the 8th.
Payne doesn't take Sunday off. Neither do we. We're open weekdays 8 to 8 and weekends 9 to 6. Just walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics, 2319 South George Street in York, across from the Apple Hill Health Campus. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today.
It's gonna be another epic year in high school football, and Sports Radio 1350 is ready for kickoff. Tune in every Friday night this fall for the high school football game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Plus, go to WOIK1350.com for a full breakdown of the teams and the players of the 2015 York Adams League, the high school football game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Catch the action every Friday night on Sports Radio 1350, online at WOIK1350.com, or download the WOIK mobile app.
We're everywhere. Listen on the go with the WOIK mobile apps. Download today at WOIK1350.com.
Summer is about taking time for what really matters. Spending time with the family, enjoying nature's beauty, having a healthy lawn you can be proud of, plus the time to enjoy it. With Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, you get world-class environmentally responsible lawn care from a hometown team. The result is a vibrant, beautiful lawn that turns heads and boosts curb appeal. Visit us at heritagelawnandlandscape.com.
Your home for Revolution Baseball. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Three to two, the Revs lead it. We go to the bottom of the eighth inning. Right-hander Frank DeJulio Jr. is the new pitcher for Long Island. 3-1, a 2.55 ERA in 36 games. A solid year out of their bullpen. Their pitching staff, the league's second lowest ERA, behind only Somerset. 3.33 as a staff. And they made by far the fewest errors, by far. Brian Pounds will lead it off. First pitch is over for a strike. Revs have Josh Judy cranking it up, getting ready for the ninth inning. Pounds 2 for 3, a 2-run bloop hit in the third that gave York a 2-1 lead at the time. And DeJulio set. And the 0-1 swing and a miss on a slider. The Ducks in the ninth inning will have 8-9-1 due up. Reyes, Vega, and Lentini. And Reyes has been locked in at the plate tonight. They have yet to figure out how to get him. DeJulio ready. And the 0-2. Breaking ball just down and in, and Jim Clayton flinched and didn't call it. And that was a significant flinch. That was like coming all the way up out of his squat. Everything but call it. There's the 1-2, and a slider down in the dirt. By the way, tomorrow night, a fun night here, Fall Fest and Halloween Preview Night, presented by Burlington Stores. The 2-2. Oh, look out. That hit Pounds up and in. And he'll take his base, and it glanced off Pounds and hit the plate ump, Clayton, in the face mask. Up near the dome, Pounds twisted away, and it got him in the left arm. And then deflected and hit the plate ump. It's a hit by pitch to lead off the eighth. And he's on base for the third time tonight. We'll bring on Talvin Nash, who's 1 for 3. Singled off the tippy top of the arch nemesis in the sixth inning. Just missed his 10th homer. First pitch, a slider low and away. This is the first time that the Ducks have faced Nash, or that Nash has faced them, whichever you prefer. He was out a little banged up the last time they played. The 1-0, and a swing and a towering fly ball deep down the line in left, way back and gone! Way over for the trees in left field. Good night. Telvin Nash with his 10th of the year. Nothing was knocking down that blast. And it's a 5-2 lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Nash with a moonshot. There is no wall high enough to interrupt that one. 5-2, and the Revs have their 6th in double figures, tying a team record. His 10th, he had missed by inches his last time up. Here's De La Cruz, who swings and misses as the smoke cloud hangs in right. That thing was so high and yet so gone. Way into the York night, out over the trees on the other side of the street. Here's the pitch to De La Cruz and a swing and a miss. When it went up, I was concerned that it may hook, but it didn't one bit. It just hovered and flew and stayed straight. It was a thing of beauty. Here's a slider in the dirt as De La Cruz holds off. Oh, no he didn't. And they appeal to first, and he's punched out on the check swing for the first out. One away. But Nash, as soon as he hit it, he just put his head down and trotted, went into his trot toward first. He knew he got it. And it seemed like such a nice, easy swing, too. It is just eye-popping how far that guy can hit it. Here's Nick Ferdinand, and he looks at a strike. As high as he hit it, I didn't think it was going to be one of his longer home runs, but it just kept going and going. It's the 0-1. And a breaking ball dumped in for a strike, 0-2. So the Revs, with their 6th player in double figures this season, ties a team record along with the 2010 and 2011 teams. It's the most in the league this season. The 0-2. Curveball, that's inside. Ferdinand, a late jump back. Also makes a winner out of Andrew Paxton on our Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care Home Run Contest. Congratulations, Andrew. You win a prize pack courtesy of the Revs and Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. The 1-2, swung on and tapped foul, third base side. Stop by the Apple Chevrolet ticket office during normal business hours at your convenience. You can claim your prize pack. The Revs with insurance, 5-2 the lead here in the 8th. As they look for their 3rd straight win. A 1-2 again, and a swing and a ground ball up the middle and a base hit. Ferdinand singles into center. Their 11th hit of the night. And Marty Jansen, the pitching coach, coming out for a chat. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Revolution Radio.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
Oh, 5-2 lead. Revs going for their 3rd straight win overall and 8th in the last 10. I'm trying to get to 11 games over 500 for the first time this season. And in a half, that normally in this league will get you into the postseason. That's the frustrating part, but they've really made it a fun second half. Here's James Simmons after the visit. He taps one to third. Puckett charging on the run. He'll toss it to first. as Ferdinand moves up to second on the play. 2 down in the inning. Well, they are not eliminated yet. Three and a half back entering tonight for Nash, and here comes Kevin Baez, so he'll make a move. For Nash, that is his 5th home run in his last 10 games. And it is his 4th in his last 5 home games. So DeJulio will head off, and with Eric Patterson coming up, they'll go to the lefty Patrick Kreider, who was up last inning. And the Revs with a 5-2 lead here in the bottom of the 8th. As Kreider will get ready to face Patterson. Another look at our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. Lancaster leading Southern Maryland 3-0 in the bottom of the 8th. Bottom of the 4th in Texas, Sugar Land leads Camden 4-1. We mentioned tomorrow night, it's Fall Fest and Halloween Preview Night, presented by Burlington Stores. And some of the fun events we've got tomorrow: pumpkin decorating contest on the concourse before the game, a mini Halloween parade on the field before the game for kids in costumes, and a post-game candy chunk in center field for all kids. A pumpkin chunker from Oregon Dairy will fire thousands of pieces of candy on the field for kids to collect after the game. Can kids at Hart participate in that? I would kind of like to. So Wednesday night, library card sign-up night. Some great deals there. In honor of September being library card sign-up month, fans get a free ticket in the lawn section if they show their library card at the ticket office. York County Library members can upgrade that ticket, which would be free for the lawn section, to a field box seat for just $4. And inside the ballpark, you can enter to win cool prizes at the York County Library's table. Tickets are on sale, YorkRevolution.com, 717-801-HITS, and at the Apple Chevrolet ticket office. Well, here's Patterson to face the lefty Kreider. Patterson 2 for 3, a double and a run scored, also a walk. And Kreider's first pitch to him is fouled back upstairs. Kreider 2-1, a 3.54 ERA in 56 outings this season. Now the 0-1, and in on the hands. Patterson fouls it back to the net. That was way, way in on him. "56 appearances for Kreider, has him tied for second most in the league. A couple of others. The only pitcher with more is his teammate Amalio Diaz with 58. Kreider tied with Andrew Johnston of Sugar Land, who has since retired. Here's a curveball up and in as Patterson bails away. And also Cody Epley of Southern Maryland for the league's second most appearances. 56. A few years back, the leaders were around 70. 1-2, and a curveball locked him up, a called third strike. So Kreider comes in and finishes the inning with that, but the Revs extend the lead as Talvin Nash bombs one out of the park, his 10th of the year. 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 left. We go to the 9th. Josh Judy coming in. It's the Revs 5 and the Ducks 2.
When she looks up and says, "Dad, I'm playing field hockey," try not to show fear. She's quite capable of joining that fury of females churning downfield, sticks in hand, ready to conquer and crush the opposition. In fact, in her mind, she's been ready to play. But you won't be ready until you take her to Flying Feet sports shoes.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet is the one place that makes sense of all the sports your kids are into, especially field hockey footwear. No, it's not just sneakers, Dad. She'll need shin guards and socks, and don't forget hockey balls, stick bags, grip tape, and hockey sticks from Dita and Gray's Cranberry. Flying Feet covers every player, every size, every ability, even goalie sticks. Dad, you're about to get an education on the art of fierce female competitive instinct, but Flying Feet can help you navigate that treacherous turf. They've been outfitting field hockey players and entire teams since your wife played back in '83.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet sports shoes, 1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 11 of I-83.
Revolution!
Sure, you're counting down to kickoff, but there's plenty of baseball left this summer. The York Revolution have a huge final homestand planned, and it's easy for you to be there with the September 6-pack. 6 tickets for any remaining game at Santander Stadium this season, 2 parking passes, and a free $10 food card for ballpark treats. A savings of 25% over box office prices, plus $10 in free food, so head to YorkRevolution.com to purchase your September 6-pack. As Yogi Berra would say, baseball season ain't over till it's over.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Top of the 9th, Josh Judy comes on. He is looking for his 12th save. Revs lead at 5-2, and a little breathing room for him, courtesy of Nash's smash. Elmer Reyes will lead it off, and the way he's swung the bat tonight, it's nice to have more than a 1-run lead facing him as he takes a fastball strike to begin things. Reyes, a solo homer, an RBI double, and a single off the base of the arch nemesis. A triple shy of the cycle. Here's the 0-1. And a swing and a liner to left field. This one at Ferdinando, and he's got it. 1 down. He hit it off the end of the bat. 1 away here in the top of the 9th. Judy 2-2, a .285 ERA, 50 games. Picked up his 11th save on Saturday night at Southern Maryland. It was the night before that he got hit in the leg with that line drive. Here's Vega. First pitch, fastball right there for a strike. He's the K-man. Haven't struck him out yet tonight. The 0-1, and a slider missed away. He's grounded out, walked, and bunted into a fielder's choice on a failed sacrifice. A 1-1, and a slider in for strike 2. Judy the stretch. The 1-2. Swung on, fouled off over the third base side. A stretch, another 1-2, and missed up high, a fastball. That one said 96 on the board. And Judy cranks it home. And a swing and a foul tip on a slider. Vega just got a piece. Trying to speed the bat up and then slow it down. He'll try it again. Another 2-2. Fastball missed inside. Count goes full. Crank up the chance. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Breadsticks on out number 26 of the night. And the Revs an out away from making it 3 straight. Here's Phelan Lentini at the top of the order. Revs have held him to 3 groundouts and a pop-up tonight. And Judy ready to go. First pitch, it's a fastball strike. 0-1 the count. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. And a strike away from making it 3 in a row. Lentini takes a walk away. Wants some more grip for the bat handle. (5-2) the lead here with 2 outs in the 9th. Revs knew embarking on this homestand they'd have 7 tough games ahead of them. Trying to win number 1. Judy ready. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Got him on a slider to end it. And Judy with his 12th save of the year. 3 in a row for the Revs, who win it 5-2. Pretty good start to the final week of the regular season and the final homestand of the year. And it is yet another comeback win for the Revs, who trailed 1-0 early, their 33rd of the year, 3 away from tying the team record. And they are now 11 over 500 at 37-26. What a joy it has been to watch this team perform in the second half. And now their last 49 games, when they really started to turn things on, 31-18. They take the opener of the series. They've won 8 of their last 10, 9 of their last 12, 3 in a row. And they will, at worst, stay 3.5 games back. Final score tonight, it's the Revs 5, the Ducks 2. Stay tuned, post-game show follows next.
Hi, this is Tom Dasher, President of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in retirement planning and strategies to meet individual personal goals. Whether you are looking for wealth accumulation or to maximize your retirement income. Oh, heck, this is sounding just like another commercial. Hey, listen, it's this simple. We use risk-free investment vehicles, whether you are looking to still build wealth accumulation or you want retirement income or a combination of both. It is all about getting your money parked in the place that will benefit you the most. If you want to do that, call me. My office number is 246-3879, or my mobile is 487-2096.